Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. Today, we are continuing season 1.5 of Fable Table, aka... yeah?
What, 1.6? 1.5? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. We're playing Grim Streets of Alderstone, our game
The
of...
one-shot.
Yes, the 6-part and going one-shot using Blades in the Dark. You'll note that our cameras are in a very strange place because Millman has yet to join us, but we're going to get started. Hopefully he joins us in a little bit. And you know what? This is annoying me. I may just have to move these. Oh, but we're going to be switching to the rolls scene, and then it'll all be out of whack anyway.
Let's see the other scene.
With roll 20, it's all the same positions, I think. Yeah, I'm always in Jeremiah. Yo, Eric, you're still in Garros.
I'm still here. Look at me go, baby.
And Eric is still in Severian, so it's just Quint.
Yeah, can you two fudge your your names? You show up different in the list, and then it rearranges the cameras that way. Like if you change
I'd have
your nickname.
to fudge it in each scene. They're all independent.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not going to bother with
Never
it.
mind.
It'll get fixed later. We'll fix it in post. So, oh boy, I feel like I already need to change our music because of how much deep shit y'all are in. we can't. Yeah,
just lighthearted, ready to go.
Quiet Cove is not going to cut it.
Currently, Siberian streams.
What about Into the Broiler? Do you have something like named that?
I do not. I have Rat Battle.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I think is just appropriate for how campy and ridiculous this whole thing has turned out to be. So, I have over on my screen here, I'll zoom in a little bit. You all are in the process of hijacking a ride. You are trying to grab a very powerful demon on the streets, owned by like the most notorious chauffeur and zip in the city. And that is Roos Roble, the demon binder, and his number one transportation demon, the tank, which is hired by the wealthiest of the wealthy to get from point A to point B and ensure that they are not harmed. I think I need to bring down my music here really quick. Sorry. Let's try that.
Yeah, it was a little loud. I checked the stream.
Thank you. So you all are engaged with Roos Roble and the tank, and your vector for doing this was to blackmail a merchant and have him hire Roos Roble and the tank. But it turned out it was a setup, and the Rust brothers had the place surrounded right as the tank arrived. They sprung their trap on you all. And at this point, Roos Roble is kind of beat up. Severian, I think, like pushed himself too far and took too much stress and is just out for the count right now.
Yep.
But Quint has been like invoking some sick ass lightning.
Yep. Lightning whip.
Yes, lightning whip as well as like memory magic, by like reading their thoughts and leaving a incorrect impression of how things have been going. So a bunch of them are just kind of confuddled. Others are scorched and incapacitated. And at this point, the tank has also been singed by your lightning whip.
This can only end well for us. That I don't see any way that the tank being struck by lightning would not help us accomplish our goals.
Yeah.
It's clearly gonna see me as its new master, and I don't know, attack the Rust brothers. That's how I see it going.
Well, we can try that. Last I described, it was turning away from you to run because it doesn't usually feel pain, and this is like a first. So we'll see how that turns out. But I believe we were going to pick up with Garros this time. Garros, what have you been doing, and what are you doing now?
Well, Garros is all about... Oh, my microphone's... I'm about to throw my microphone on the ground. All right, the stand was coming apart. That'll be fun later. Future me will deal with that. Anyways, Garros, we were talking, was chilling out, putting a knife into this merchant's hand because he wouldn't stop lying to him.
Yes.
And when this merchant has total disregard for his own bodily autonomy, I threatened his whole family.
That's right.
That was great. With blowing up the place. So he ran out front without a knife in his hand and was trying to calm down the whole situation, that it's all a misunderstanding and that he's just gonna be fine. Like, just move on, everybody. And Garros is sitting there inside after he hears the crack of lightning. And it's time for a flashback, baby.
All right, flashback.
I clicked the one stress.
So the amount of stress you gain depends on how much of an opportunity you would have had to accomplish the thing. So where are you, and what are you trying to do?
I would like to go back to when I have a scheduled meeting with the head of the, let's look at the factions, the Hive, Maha. I had a meeting scheduled with her. And I would like to go talk with her because one of the things we were going to do on that one was go and have a meeting with her. And except for that night before the meeting, we just, met up out front of not the Gray Cloaks, the faction we ate. And it all went down, and then we had a meeting the next day. So I would like to go back to that meeting because I had met with the doorman, and he was like, well, I can get you on the meeting for tomorrow. And I went, okay.
I see. Okay. Give me one second here.
How much stress would this induce to flash back to that moment?
I don't think this is going to cost you any stress. I think that was an appropriate, okay, we need to hash some things out. We need to talk. So you arrive at, is this their hive? The head of the hive or her
This
home?
is the head of the hive's, her personal home that I had gotten from the Garros News Network, I believe.
Okay. Oh, excellent. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, zero cost stress to have this flashback. I think that she is keen to talk more about some of the, transition and what was going on between the Black Hands and the Talon, who you absorbed. This is the woman who is dating the dead former leader of the Talon. And who he wanted revenge and she was helping him get that. That's how that last mission shook out. So this woman is kind of a rival, but she doesn't have any personal beef with you all. So you arrive at her very wealthy estate in the Brightstone district. And I mean, it's an estate. There you are directed to the stables where she is in riding getup. And is clean. There are helping hands cleaning out the stables, brushing horses. She is helping brush one and feed one. So just as a reminder, the Hive are a guild of legitimate merchants who secretly trade in contraband, named for their symbol, a golden bee. So they peddle all kinds of illegal and illicit goods. And basically run the black market within Alderstone. But she is a well-respected, upper merchant class citizen. So here she is. Oh,
Yeah, I'm directed to the stables, and I assume the stables are still like really well put together. But Garros doesn't really like nature and animals and these other things. They're kind of weird, freak him out. So he's like gingerly stepping, like, "Oh God, don't get my clothes dirty. Oh no, I'm gonna have a bad impression." This is like out of his element a little bit. But he eventually walks up to Maha, I believe is her name.
Yes.
Maha, good to meet with you again on better terms, I believe, and not in the middle of the night.
Yes, the light of day is a great time to conduct legitimate business, I would say. Are you uncomfortable here? I see you are treading a careful step.
Don't want to get my shoes dirty. It's fine. I can have a conversation and meet with you as you see fit, as your time is very valuable. So any of it that you would give to me is a gift, and I appreciate that very much.
Ignoring your polite quips, she says, I'd think in your line of work you'd be used to getting your hands and feet dirty. No?
Don't we have people for that?
So you are in charge of... What did you say the name of your organization was?
Eric can't remember. Guys, help me out.
The Communion of the All-Seeing Eye.
Yeah. We are. We call ourselves the All-Seeing Eye. And we have recently pulled in multiple Talon members as their organization was falling apart.
Yes.
So we are looking to bolster our numbers and move up the ranks, as it were.
Moving up the ranks, I see. Yes, the Black Hands, their leader and I had a meeting this morning to discuss the territory of those Talon who have fallen apart. Not ironically, there are already other factions chomping at the bit. She pats the horse on the side of the head, chomping at the bit, already trying to claim the territory for their own.
Well, when there's a vacuum, there's obviously the hungry gremlins out there trying to get their bit, get their part, as it were. What I've come to you today.
Bit can I help you with today? She interrupts.
Yeah, as I come to you today, we are planning an operation. It has come to my attention that there is a driver out there that drives the tank. And it would be better if my faction drove the tank, as this is causing damage to the streets, causing unknown chaos across the place. So we have devised an operation to go and hijack this. And I would be looking for your support if things would go sideways during this operation, if you can spare some, and then we would owe you a favor or could pay you for this if we have the funds on hand. But I would think you would prefer a favor of some kind as a future open blank check.
She hands the reins of this horse off to one of her staff, and then she walks across the walkway to another stable, opens the door, leads another horse out to a brushing area, and begins work on this horse. And she just does her work in kind of contemplation for a minute, humming and hawing. She said, that's an interesting proposition, but here is my dilemma. The tank is owned by none other than Roos Roble, one of the most respected and notorious Zips. And she uses that derogatory word, Zips, rather than chauffeur.
Oh, I picked up on that, yeah.
Yeah. Zips in the city, you would have me commit in the light of day, high resources that could be seen and link back to me to help you commit an illegal act.
It is to quell the numbers. Many people have been maimed and hurt through his actions, and the Zips need to be put in their place. To note, it does not have to link back to you. It will link back to my crew and our operation. I would be more than happy to fashion, cloaks and garb for your people to wear during this operation.
As you know, we, for many of our muscle, we employ mercenaries, those who do not wear our colors or our symbol. Let me look at their faction projects really quickly. I think I know what is happening with the Hive right now, and they may actually need your help.
How am I doing, boys?
Doing good.
Give me some sort of check here.
I'm gonna click sway.
Yeah. Take
Is this controlled?
Yeah, this is absolutely controlled. Controlled. This is
Standard,
actually
limited, great,
controlled.
extreme.
This is controlled great. Or no, it's controlled standard, but you have +1 die. You like.
Okay.
Your goals are, or your. The idea of a favor from you all is really intriguing to her for reasons that may become clear later.
That's Futurus's problem.
Yeah, but
those people get to deal with that.
Yeah, controlled,
We'll take it.
controlled standard, but you have +1 die.
+1. Clicking submit. Here we go.
Okay,
Oh,
that's super crit.
Oh yes.
Yeah, let me. Oh, I gotta open up my GM sheet here.
Amazing.
Oh, everybody, look at this! Look at this result. That's sick.
Just save the campaign. Or excuse me, one shot.
Yeah, the only time we're playing.
Crit. You do it with increased effect. So this is a great effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some information with you right now as part of this great effect. What do you know about all of these imports? The magical materials that the Church of Rust has been bringing back over the last few months, but especially since the Blood Mist has lifted. Have you all been apprised of the Church's dealings in arcane goods?
I already know that is a thing that has happened, as they also bring back demons in a similar fashion. They bring everything from the outside city. I believe that our neighbors, the dockers, are somewhat involved sometimes to help ship them into the city, but I don't know their true end goal. Does this have anything to do with the ghosts disappearing?
No, I don't believe so. I've been keeping tabs on what the Church, and specifically what the Rust Prince has been doing, toiling away with his experiments up on his mountain, on his throne high above the city, looking down on all of us. This new arcane utility project to replace coal has been going on for quite some time. They're getting ready to close down one of the coal factories and start up one of their arcane ones, I hear, any day now. But the Rust Prince has already been apparently doing research on how to convert that energy into some great machination, some massive energy device, no doubt to increase his power. It worries me. So I will be calling upon you and the rest of the all-seeing eye to assist me in influencing that project.
We'd absolutely be thrilled to be a part. This is aligns with our goals as well in this city. They have the Rust Brothers have far too much power.
I thought it might. Very well. I will have my butler, Beatrice, gather the details on when your charade is meant to go down later this week. And we'll have some mercenaries standing by to aid you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And I will take my leave with Beatrice, and appreciate your time.
Very well. We'll be in touch. Okay, so let's flash forward, back to the future, to our battle here with. Let me get our music going. So, how does as the camera like fades or cuts back to the fight, and we're like lingering on Garros, what is he doing, or like what is happening on the screen to kind of like have
signal that it's time?
Yeah.
You see Garros, and he always does the like weirdest thing to get everyone's attention. He sees, that like other humans doing these things, but they're not necessarily the appropriate time for this. Like last time when we were with the Hive, he had his wine glass and clinked it. Well, this time he walks out front. He looks at the family and says, "You go anywhere? You just better not go anywhere." Anyway, and he's like too flustered. And he walks out front because he's stressed out. And he walks out front and he just claps his hands.
We did not hear a clap, but
didn't hear a clap. I'm on push to talk. But he walks out and he claps his hands, and that's the showtime signal for the mercenaries to jump on in and be part of the brawling.
Okay.
And they'll be targeted towards Roos Roble so the tank does not get away.
Oh boy, I don't even know how to represent this.
To note, the question here is, does the critical success just apply to the clock of Roos Roble now? Oh, there's a Millman in chat, by the way.
Oh, let's grab him.
Let's unfuck the cameras.
All right. I'm going to pop over and chat with him really quick.
Yeah. But I don't know if you want... We're going on a break, everyone.
Or, well, let me just pull him in, actually. Hello?
The Mills Mans. Are you ready? We're going. We're live, baby.
We are live right now, Millman. How are you?
I know. I'm good. I set myself an alarm and was like, "Hey, I'm awake. I'm gonna be awake again for this." And then it came time to get back up, and apparently I did not get back up.
It's all good, homie.
It's all good. We haven't moved ahead very far. We just had like a little recap, and Garros did a flashback to meet with the leader of the Hive, and get some mercenaries to help you all out, who are arriving right now.
Perfect.
Also, 666 is rolled on it. Hell,
it was very good.
Yeah.
So,
also, we owe them a favor in the future, so we'll see what that looks like.
You ain't taking favors, god damn it! You'll learn. You don't.
Yeah, we'll not be dead. We'll not be dead. So we got that going for us.
Isn't our current situation because we're doing somebody a favor?
No, he's paying us for it.
Oh, that's right. He did pay us.
He paid us because I asked him for half the money up front.
Oh, that's true. I mean, you also fucked over his entire like enterprise of demon fighting, so you kind of like owe him one, but he's also willing to pay you to deal with
this. He's also investing in us because he gave a book away and some other stuff. So there's like, he's like really interesting. There's like, do you owe it? Is it?
Yeah.
Like we were a level 0 faction and he's like a big deal, Like it's kind of embarrassing for him that we even did that.
Okay.
So I feel like, I don't know, he can't be that mad.
So here is what I need from you, Garros. I need you to roll me a fortune roll of 5d6.
5d6.
Because the
I'm
Hive...
gonna click the d6s.
That's a crit. Okay, so you clap your hands, which is the signal to the mercenaries. And like half the crowd that was like standing by and like gasping and screaming as this like whole altercation is breaking down over the course of like a minute. Like it has not been that long. Like a bunch of them like throw off robes, people like jump out of the bushes. Like a butler that was in this merchant's house like pushes you out of the way and like is like, oh, sorry, yeah. Okay, you were the guy that clapped? All right, I'll handle this. And he, like, runs forward and just grabs Severian and, like, runs off. While the others, like, start to just, like, knock out the Rust Brothers and punch Roos Roble. So I'm going to delete the Rust Brothers clock because they've been clocked. They're dealt with.
Excellent.
A crit is also going to delete the Roos Roble clock. So they just, like...
Excellent.
punch that guy out. Severian takes off. Here's the thing, though. They can't do much about the tank.
Correct.
But I think what this crit will represent is rather than the tank starting to take off, which was about to happen, I was going to give you all like one opportunity to do something about it before it, curled up like the armadillo pill bug it is and roll away Sonic style. They start to surround it, and the tank is like kind of pausing. And there's opportunity for you all to get in here. And do something about it. So the tank is being surrounded, and like a cornered animal, it's kind of like watching everybody, and it's like not sure what to do, but it is taking a defensive stance. So, what do you do?
Is it on me still?
I'm opening it up to the group.
I'm ready to flash again, y'all.
No. What happened to the trainer? He's on the ground.
Bruce Robles restrained. He's restrained Roble right now.
He's out cold though.
Oh, perfect.
Like,
I'm gonna grab.
You all are now
grab
in a you've moved from a desperate situation where you have like 3 threats to deal with down to a risky one, because the tank is dangerous. It's a huge demon that is heavily armored. I will say, Quint, you still have your whip. Like, I'm not gonna take that away yet.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, any other questions to kind of set the scene?
No, I think I'm good there.
I can flash back to Severian and be like, ask a question about the tank and know things about the tank would be my like. Because we were in Bruce Robles' brain space. How do we
just?
Oh, you mean Quint?
I mean, if you want to grab the thing, that's great. Yeah, I love that too.
I don't believe we do have the opportunity to flash back, because one of the rolls was either partial success or failure, and I believe I cut it off.
Okay, that's fine.
And said that like this was the last question.
Love that.
Here's what I will say. If you want to do that, it will cost stress.
Good there.
Okay, yeah. We're going to go with Millman's thing here, and then I will pay stress potentially as needed.
Okay.
Yeah, we figured out what the brand looks like, right? Like, Quint was able to see it in Roos Robles' mind last session, wasn't he?
Yes.
We don't need to.
Yeah. So
it's pretty consistent. Like, it needs to be something he has to hold.
Yes.
So it's just grab the brand off him, hold it, and then roll and a tune, right? Like,
but
time to do what you recommend to do, bitch. Like, sit.
there was something about the brand. Was it like too powerful for Jeremiah or something? Or
I couldn't overpower it with my ability because he's such a big demon.
Right.
Okay. So as long as you can't try to use your own brand because this one's too strong. You actually need this one. So and now you can get it. I think what Quint's going to do while Jeremiah goes for that.
Can I interrupt to clarify really quick?
Yeah.
So because of the strength of the demon, like its overall willpower, and due to the strength of the brand that is being used to control it, Jeremiah would have an extremely difficult time, and in fact, it probably would be a no effect roll. Like you'd have to do push yourself or do something to increase your level of effect to use your for Jeremiah to use his own brand to overpower the control that already exists on that demon. And that's a thing that has come up and in fact came up during this week's Song of the Ravenlands, which Millman was in, was trying to control demons who are already being controlled by someone else's magic is exponentially more difficult. But if you get your hand on the brand that is being used, you can try and attune that brand to yourself instead of the owner, I believe. Is that right, Millman?
I think the way we did it is it's kind of like as long as you've got the original brand, really it's just kind of like doing the commands, right?
Oh, okay.
It's not so much. It's like having the spell book, right?
Okay.
You might have, as long as you can read it, you kind of can do the magic. Right?
Okay, I like that.
Yep.
Okay. So to set the scene again, or clarify now that we've talked about brands, again, Roos Roble is on the ground. Here, I'll bring his clock back so we at least have his name visible. He is on the ground, knocked out, and he would likely be the person to be carrying the brand.
Right.
Righty. This is going to be a great thing because I can't talk because I have a broken jaw. So I'm going to, if you like, I take the brand, I put it in your hand, and then I'm going to use the speak with your voice thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'm going to whisper because I can't talk. I have to hold my jaw in place and just be like,
my God.
You need to do the command. You need to do the thing that I can't talk.
Okay.
So we can do it the reverse way of this is that somebody is putting their voice through your jaw, and because it's magical, you don't actually need your jaw to like do it.
Yeah, you just let your jaw flop open and it acts like the speaker.
Oh my God. I mean, we can.
So really quickly, the ability says you may use teamwork with any cult member regardless of the distance separating you. By taking one stress, your whispered message is heard by every cultist. Did we mean for this to say is said, is spoken?
Yeah, we kind of tweaked it
by
to be
a chosen cultist. Okay. Needs to be refreshed. Dab of blood. Speak through person you think of. Hear the speaker's voice, not the receiver. Okay.
Oh, I can't use it because I don't have any stress left. Fuck it. I'm just gonna put it in your hand.
Oh God.
You probably can see my jaw is like slapped, right? Like there's bulging around the ears and my.
Even with a broken jaw, though, you can still get some stuff out. The broken jaw is like really bad, but.
I need help wound.
Yeah. You're need help. Yeah, so I would.
Yeah,
I see.
No talking.
I see. I understand.
All right.
Okay. So I don't know if Quint knows what to say to like exert power over a demon with the brand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So can I use stress now to go back and ask one more question about Roos Roble and
use the flashback? Do you want me to do a flashback of me explaining?
No. You could do it in that way.
In general, just explaining how a brand works and how that you just need to exert your will and then just tell it what to do. Like I can do that as a scene. I haven't done a flashback, so.
We can.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Quint.
We can. I mean, we've been together for a little while, so maybe that's something that.
That's what I mean by like we can have a flash. Like if Nick allows it, I can have a flashback. It doesn't even have to be recent. It can be a really long time ago. You've just gone, hey, how do brands work?
Right. At one point, Quentin was curious, so he just kind of like stood over your shoulder while you're tinkering with your brands or something like that. And I was like, how does that stuff even work? Why can't I just grab this brand and then command demons to do whatever I want? Like, what makes it difficult?
Are you allowing this flashback, Nick?
Yeah, I'll allow that, especially given how like Quint is just obsessed with learning useless shit.
It has not been useless.
No, okay, but like you've talked about, like, hey, I'm really interested in learning stuff that has nothing to do with what I need. I just genuinely am interested in how the world works.
Right.
So, I will even set the scene for you. So, it's probably him taking a 5-minute break from being in this fucking book that he's always in all the time. I have no interest in it, right? He's the wizard that's like, I want to know everything there is to know about the world so I can do something with it. Where I'm the kind of wizard that's just focusing on one fucking thing. It's like, hey, you know Fireball? He's like, I know every intricacy of Fireball, okay? Like, this is my jam. So, it's probably me tinkering with the special brand that I made on the other mission that I actually branded that dude, I can't remember the guy I killed, like turned into a demon's name now, but it's probably when I was working on that, or I just made it and I had it on my table. I was probably getting ready for that previous mission.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like obviously come to me and was like, so what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm preparing my brands. I'm assuming he's going to ask, like, how do they work? So it'd be, well, it's not so much that they work there, but they are like your books. They give you the tool that you need to give a command. So holding it is like holding the leash to a trained dog. The dog will do what the owner says as long as you're doing what is what the dog knows as the boss's thing, right? If you hold the lead, you're the boss. So as long as you have the conviction to be the boss and you're holding his whip or his brand, the dog will do what it's told. You just got to talk, right? Like, it's just like doing spells or whatever else. I'm sure there's magic in this world. It's just like using magic. So it's like, you have the book, you know how to read it, just read it and follow the recipe.
Okay. So...
Same, but different.
Right. Okay, so if we go back to the present,
Mm-hmm.
you just place this brand into Quint's hand, and with his other hand still hanging on to his lightning whip, Quint interposes himself. Well, no, he goes to the other side of the tank, so that way the tank is between Quint and the building. Like, he's kind of like blocking its path a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And with the whip like crackling in his hand and holding the brand out in front of him, he's going to attempt to exert his will and command the tank to allow us on board. And he, with that flashback, can I say that when I was in Bruce Robles' mind, I could have maybe seen how he does it, or some aspect for how he uses it, so I can copy one of his mannerisms to maybe help this.
Like a stress payment, probably, because we got cut off on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember
Okay.
exactly what questions you asked. I should have written them down.
It kind of doesn't matter what questions were asked, but if you want
Yeah.
one more question, it's either like 1 or 2 stress for another question. 'cause
Yeah,
you would, like,
I
fit it in or
think
something.
that flashback, since I like did cut you off, would require a payment of stress. And it looks like you only have 1 stress left before you trauma out.
Like, I'm ready to pay. I'm ready to pay.
Oh, you're gonna
That's
pay
like
for it?
Yeah, what's the stress cost?
So this is a flashback, like, oh hey, Quint, make sure to ask this. Okay. I think that is going to be 1 stress.
I pay it. I'm in.
All right, that's going to put you at 8 as well. So we have Garros at 8, Jeremiah at 8, Quint at 8, and Severian is at 9, knocked out or like traumatized. I don't.
We did it, boys.
Did we describe what that looked like, Severian? What you?
He's wrapped up in a cloak, sleeping because he got high on his own supply.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We'll come back
So
to you in
Do you
a
have
minute.
Robo's cloak wrapped around you because you pulled him down with you?
Yeah.
And it's just like covered in white powder.
That's right.
My eyes are open, completely dilated.
It's like the trance powder, right?
right.
Okay.
I
All
got
right.
the level 3 wound tranced.
Okay.
Maybe it's like a rave? I don't know.
Yeah. So, Quint, this is your first time trying to command a demon, and this is perhaps one of like the top 10 most difficult demons to try and like command, even for a pro in this city.
Yeah. With the Branson stuff, is it attune or is it command?
You said I'm going to command it. I don't think
Yeah.
you've studied this enough for this to be in a tune. Like,
Right.
Like, I think if you say I'm using a tune, it's like you have no effect. Like,
Yeah.
you trying to use, like, ghost manipulation and like all your other areas of study around magic and the occult, just it's not the same. It's apples and oranges and celery.
For Jeremiah, this would be attune, because this is like how his magic works. It's not how my magic works.
Yeah.
So I'm using a different skill. That makes sense.
Okay, so I believe this is command, and I believe it is desperate limited.
Oh,
which
boy.
is the worst.
Oh boy.
The devil's bargain for him.
Please? I have no points in command, just so we are all on the same page here.
Okay, here is my devil's bargain. I have not taken away your lightning whip yet, which is an option. It's a path forward. If you take my devil's bargain, it fizzles out.
The whip is a path forward.
It's an option for you, like, because you know that
Yeah.
it's effective on the tank. Hang on. Let me look at my list of devil's bargains. Collateral damage, sacrifice cred or an item, betray a friend or loved one, offer,
It's like sacking an item somewhat.
offend or anger a faction, start and or tick a clock, add heat to.
Sacrifice the mercenaries.
Oh, that's
Nice.
actually really
Settle
good.
down.
That's a really good one.
Oh boy.
Settle
Yeah,
down.
your option. Either your whip fizzles or the mercenaries are removed as you know, an insulation or help.
Yeah, they decide they're done with this and they fuck off.
I will
basically.
do something to them to take them off the table.
Yeah.
That's a great suggestion. Thank you. Yeah, but
God damn it.
between those two, it's your choice. If you want to accept the bargain at all.
Were this Quint making the choice, he would choose to hang on to his lightning whip because it makes him feel more powerful.
Yeah, I like that. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I take.
All right, I'm coming up to help you and use my last point of stress to pass the fuck out. I'm going to, like we talked about, remember the picture it in your mind first, and like going up next to him, and I'm helping him.
Give me a shoulder massage. Like, you got this,
Buddy, you
buddy.
got this. Like, you just wave
then
your
just-
hand, and
and
like
then
we
suddenly
talked
just
about
goes and
it.
stiff
We
as a
talked about
board
it
and then-
before.
Okay, so you are accepting the devil's bargain, and we're taking the mercenaries off the table. So yeah, I think the tank starts to is posturing with all of them, and it begins to start attacking them, and it is like just knocking them off the side, like just taking them out. They're out cold in one hit. I don't think any of them die, but they're just like getting wrecked left and right. Jeremiah runs up, just like presses this in your hand. You're recalling, what it's gonna take to, you remember your conversation about this, but you're so unsure.
Yeah.
Garros is like rushing forward. He's like, do something, and all the mercenaries are yelling. It's a stressful situation for everyone. Give us your command with, it sounds like +2. One from Garros, one from the Devil's Bargain.
Yeah, this is desperate.
Limited.
Submit. Limited. Submit. And it would be +2. And if I take the one more stress, I will get a trauma. But does that put me
Q to
out?
push yourself.
It is
you're
2
out.
stress to push yourself.
And it's an or.
Okay.
Push yourself or Devil's Bargain.
Oh, that's correct. Yes, thank you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well-
So I already got the devil's bargain, so we're already all set.
Worst case, Quint, if this if it's at least a little bit effective, you still have your whip, and your whip's going to be the last chance after that.
Yeah, right.
So I think we're going to be okay. But roll really well.
What I will say, actually, so when you push yourself, it's not just to give yourself 1 die necessarily. You can also spend 2 stress or take a Devil's Bargain to increase your level of effect, meaning you would go from limited to standard.
Okay.
I can't carry
So-
forward when I need help.
So I could remove one of those bonus die that I just added and then do it.
as standard effect instead. It's your option.
Right.
So if you did that, you're just rolling one dice then, right? 1d6.
Yeah. As it stands, I'm
you
rolling
understand
2.
the probability chart of a d6, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, here we go.
So you're taking the
You got
2
a 5.
dice.
Got a 5.
Okay, desperate limited. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer severe harm or a serious complication occurs. So this is still a success. And it was desperate limited. So
Mark XP.
So yes,
Oh,
please
yep.
mark
Thank you.
XP in resolve
Oh,
for the command. Good call.
Thank you.
Good call. The tank. So on a 5, you increase the clock by 2, but this is limited effect, so that is reduced to 1 step.
Okay.
And a serious complication occurs. Let me look at your sheet here.
I'm the complication. I'm right here. I get harmed in this action of helping him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Garros, if you say so. Well, actually, here, that's actually a move in this game. You can just take harm on behalf of someone else. So, you can just straight up
just
do
get
it.
in the way
You
because I
just
get
do
like
it,
the
I
tank is
believe.
the tank is like hurting the mercenaries, and then I get hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, protect.
Yeah.
Face danger for a teammate. Step in to suffer consequence in their place. You may roll to resist as normal if you wish. But Garros, you traumatized out. I don't know if you can. In this,
out. Yeah.
I don't know if you can.
Just as part of helping him, I get like the
That's
consequences.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, Garros. If you were stepping in to protect him, you're gonna take a level 3 harm.
All right, I'm gonna
you-
take a level 1 harm because I have 2 points of armor.
Are you going to Mr. President me out of the way of a tank swipe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this would have been level 3 harm crushed, but you're using your armor, which is taken down to level 2 battered and taken down to level 1 bruised.
that's some strong fucking armor.
That
Invest.
Yeah. So Garros just gets like flung away by a whip of one of the tank's legs. Severian has been like run away. Jeremiah is standing there with like a broken jaw, just standing there like not sure how to help you. At least for this moment, Quint. And the tank has knocked out most of the mercenaries, and they're like, we gotta go, and they're just like they're giving up at this point. Let's cut over to Severian and one of the mercenaries who isn't giving up. He's kind of like carted or lifted you around the corner and is like, hey buddy, you okay? Hey, what's going on? Stay with me. But you are in a trance.
He's like sitting there. Oh God, please don't OD. Please don't OD.
So what I think from Severian's perspective is like I'm looking at myself, telling myself to get out of this and like get over this whole ordeal, you know? And that pisses me off because I don't know. At this point, nobody tells me what to do anymore. Like, I don't know. Yeah, not even myself. Like he's having an introspective moment. Like I described this before. It's like that Shinji scene where like complete, I don't know, mental collapse or something like that.
Okay, I have
But,
changed the descriptor of trance powder from a peaceful hypnotic trance to a introspective hypnotic trance. Or is it just introspective for you?
I think it's probably introspective.
Okay.
Like in general. So
Perfect.
like, you plant it on somebody and they're going through like marriage problems or something, and then that's why they're so easily manipulated. They don't notice because they're distracted or whatever the reason is. But yeah, Severian's having like this identity crisis going on, and like he's kind of maybe hearing the words from this guard a little bit, but he's viewing it as like a pep talk to himself.
Yeah. Let's for you, really quickly, since you got traumatized out last time, let's go through the traumatized out stuff here. Especially as you're going through your trance, I think this will be really interesting. So let's get some reflective music here. Awkward transition. Okay. So, when a PC marks their last stress box, they suffer a level of trauma. When you take trauma, choose one of the trauma conditions like cold, reckless, unstable, etc. They're all described on the next page, or I don't know if you like hover over these if it'll describe them to you. It does not. When you suffer trauma, you're taken out of action, you're left for dead, or otherwise dropped out of the current conflict, only to come back later shaken and drained. When you return, you have 0 stress and your vice has been satisfied for the next downtime. And it says that because if you have trauma and you don't do a indulge vice during downtime, you take stress. Trauma conditions are permanent. Your character acquires the new personality quirk indicated by the condition and can earn XP by using it to cause trouble. When you mark your 4th trauma condition, your character cannot continue as a daring scoundrel. You must retire them to a different life or send them to prison to take the fall for the crew's wanted level. See retirement/incarceration. Okay, so the trauma conditions are cold. You're not moved by emotional appeal or social bonds. Haunted. You're often lost in reverie, reliving past horrors, seeing things. Obsessed. You're enthralled by one thing, an activity, a person, an ideology. You are paranoid. You imagine danger everywhere. You cannot trust others. Reckless. You have little regard for your own safety or best interest. Soft. You lose your edge. You become sentimental, passive, gentle. Unstable. Your emotional state is volatile. You can instantly rage or fall into despair, act impulsively, or freeze up. Vicious. You seek out opportunities to hurt people, even for no good reason. You can play your trauma conditions as much or little as you like. They can totally transform your character's persona or have a small impact. It's up to you. If you play them strongly, though, allowing a trauma condition to complicate your character's life and others can earn you XP. So, did any of those sound appealing? Do you need me to reread any of them?
So I think I'm going to go with unstable.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So up until, like, this is the first, the first trauma, the first real failure that Severian's probably experienced in a long time.
Okay.
And, I've just tried before, he's, like, really conceited. He believed he was invulnerable and, like, nothing bad could happen because he's too good for it. Well, now that's starting to crack a little bit. He's starting to see that that's a facade a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I think unstable fits perfectly.
Yeah. Okay. So during a trance powder, are you still perceptive of that which is going around you, or do you kind of like turn internal completely?
I don't know. Like, before I described it, he was always in like a hotel room by himself.
Yeah.
And maybe that leads to it being a lot more introspective.
Yeah.
But maybe, like, if it is the trance powder, it doesn't make total sense for it to be completely introspective. There should still be some outside influence on it.
Okay.
So I think, like, you can hear and maybe see things, but they might not be what they really... You might not see things as they really are.
Okay, so trance powder makes people more suggestible, but it doesn't, like, incapacitate them.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you can still kind of act here, but in terms of, like, doing stuff for the job... the trance powder has you kind of like very like limited.
Like I wouldn't be able to actually perform any sort of maneuver or do anything like that. And I'd be rambling and incoherent if I tried to speak, really.
So as this guy's kind of like slapping your face and like checking your eyes, are you responding to him?
Yeah, I think I'm looking at him and I gotta think. I just start saying, "Look at you, your new fancy haircut. You think that's gonna change your attitude? You think that's gonna change how others see you? What? You quit your job? You think you're something new all of a sudden?
Hey,
you're fucking nobody.
Who are you talking to, buddy? You with me? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm with you. We're together, unfortunately.
Whoa. Hey, I just saved your life, friend. Look, are you doing all right? You seem out of it.
You saved me.
Yeah, I sure did. You were getting thrashed by that demon back there. Holy shit. We got to get out of here. Here. I know a place on the next block over. You okay to walk? Do you mean? Oh yeah, you need a little help. Let's walk, buddy.
All right, I just follow along.
Okay. He hobbles you over to the next block over to get you sobered up. He'll like take you into a tavern. He'll like wave at the bartender who'll like wave back at him, and like he'll like set 2 glasses of water and go fetch like some whiskey, and begin pouring it for both of you.
I start talking to the bartender like it's my mom or something. You know, like to Severian, this is like his first day back from his first his first day as an inspector. He comes home, his mom pours him a glass of like warm milk or something. I don't know. I imagine he probably lived with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he's talking to the bartender like it's his mom.
The bartender's just sitting there like cleaning a glass, just he does this all day. He just listens to people talk and he just like nods along and asks questions.
I've told you, when I'm done cleaning up here, I'll handle the dishes. Don't even worry about it.
Sure,
Ma,
buddy.
you need to sit down and relax.
Yeah.
You're always on your feet. I can take care of myself.
Okay, yeah. You said you wanted some warm milk, and he just like quickly grabs the whiskey glass and is like, I'll get you some more milk. That's fine.
Sure, I'll let you do that for me.
And you're the mercenary that got you out of there is like at the window, like looking up and down the street, just making sure everything's all right. Like coming over, checking on you in a booth, and he's like, "Look, you just stay there, friend." We'll
maybe if you were better, Mom wouldn't have died.
Oh my God, this.
Man,
Where did this guy's whiskey go? Hey, Frank, I'm gonna need that whiskey back for this man. And he's like, I don't think so. Listen, I'm sorry your mother's dead. Everything's gonna be fine. At least for you. I don't know about your friends. I can't quite see what's happening over there. Oh, but the rumblings. Can you feel that?
The rumbling? What are you talking about?
The ground is literally shaking. That demon's fucking huge. Holy shit. I can't believe you people hired us to try and take that thing down. Oh my God.
We've done better. When we have the Rust brothers at our back, we can do anything.
Oh boy. This dude's really out of it. All right, well, you just drink your water, your warm milk, and everything will be all right, okay? Little guy?
I just sit here and take it from you. One of these days, we're gonna talk again. But I'm gonna come out from this, not you.
I think this dude just takes like 10 stress immediately. He has no idea what's going. That was some wonderful roleplay. Thank you very much. Let's cut back over to the action. Nope, that's not the right audio. Let's get Cry Havoc here. Perfect. Okay. So, Quint, Jeremiah, You're both standing here. One of you broken jaw, one of you being face down by the tank, who has eliminated all of your support. What do you two do?
You got anything, Jeremiah?
Just like, do the thing.
Yeah, all right. So Quint is going to take a different approach this time. He's still going to brandish the brand in front of him, but now he's just kind of holding it as like it's just a symbol of power over the tank, and he's going to crack his whip to get the tank's attention focused on him, and he's going to stare the tank down, lock eyes with it, try to do the like Crocodile Dundee thing, and then I think it's probably not going to work right away, but he's got the whip at hand.
Okay.
Once the tank goes to ignore him or attack him or try to spin around or whatever, he's gonna crack the whip at the tank and say, "No, you listen to me."
Okay. So, what I would like from you is called a setup roll, and this is where, like, you are basically rolling to trying to affect your position for the main action roll.
Okay.
So I need a skirmish from you, I think, as you're, like, kind of posturing.
Okay.
And, like, threatening with your whip, and, like, using that tool that you set up to, like, kind of threaten it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a...
Position, fortune roll.
This is a skirmish fortune roll, I believe. Let me
Okay.
double check setup rolls, though. I actually haven't done one of these in a long time. Oh boy.
Can you just imagine what a lightning whip sounds like when you crack it?
Yeah. Maybe setup rolls are not used in this game. Maybe they're using another one. But I still want the skirmish all the same. Just skirmish fortune roll, please.
Okay. I'll cancel that. Fortune. And my skirmish is 2.
And take +1 on the skirmish.
Oh, okay.
For this sick ass whip.
Number dice 3.
That's a 6. Okay.
6.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So this time your command is desperate. Great.
Okay. Desperate. Great.
Now, here you have the option. This is also something you can do in this game, and the game gets a little complicated with all of these rules. You can trade position for effect. So you're like desperate, but you have great effect. But you could reduce your effect to increase your position and make it risky standard if you like.
The question I also have is, are you still making commands, or is this a different role other than command? Because it's not like you're shouting, you're like dancing with the beast now.
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm not sure.
It sounded like you were trying to like get it to follow your orders and use the brand that way. So if I misunderstood, definitely clarify.
I just had a question about the whole thing. Yeah, no, it's... Do you think?
Quint has the brand in front of him, and he's using his whip to like keep focus on him, and he's like locking eyes with it, and he's trying to get it to like view him as though he's in charge. So I wish there was another way I could spin it, but I don't see.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll take the 6 as yes. It sees you as in charge. Like that you are, yes, it is like completely focused on you, and it is, I think it backs off a little bit. You heard it with this whip, and you're like whipping it around. You're also holding out the brand, like the things it is trained to recognize and the things that it has felt from your whip have it being very cautious. So you are now in a risky position instead of desperate. Okay, so what are you doing now that you have its attention?
Now that I have its attention, the next step is to try to get us out of here. So,
and I'm gonna advance the clock 3 steps because you got a 6.
Awesome. So I think while Quint has this thing's attention, he's like gesturing to Jeremiah and oh my god, I almost said the complete wrong name. Garros to do we understand how this thing functions? Like how to climb aboard? Like I'm trying to gesture them to like, all right, let's start getting on. I think I got this.
We did some research in that you climb up the side and it only has room for 2 passengers and the driver.
Okay. And that's the 3 of us. I mean, Severian's.
Oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
You're knocked out?
So
I am knocked
Probably-
out.
Okay.
Probably put Garrus over my shoulder and I just say,
Yeah.
you do it. Like, you go.
you do it.
Yeah. I carry him home. I need a doctor.
Is your mask broken?
No, it'd probably be my jaw. Actually, it's just so buffed down. You
Like-
can see the bottom of my jaw,
Like,
like
distended
hanging.
down?
Yeah,
So it kind of looks like your mask and you have a second mouth under it.
yeah. Like it
so
looks
gross.
super bad. Yeah.
All right. So at that, then I think Quint is going to approach the tank slowly, and he's going to work on getting it to where he can climb on board it.
Okay. So the clock is not resolved, so it is still like being cautious of you, and it is like not cooperating quite yet. So it sounds
Yeah.
like you are trying to like command it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dance. Like, all right, focus on me, we're good. I'm going to approach a little bit, and it's like, no. It backs up. I'm like, okay, all right, that's fine.
Okay.
And then start approaching it a little bit again.
Yeah. So this sounds like either a command or a sway to me.
Okay, which same as far as die roll goes for me.
Okay. So this.
So we'll just say it's command.
Okay. This will be risky great at this point.
Okay. And bargain? I gotta try to get out of a disadvantaged dice scenario.
Yeah. I think it's heat this time.
Heat? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's taking longer to get this all done.
Yeah, people are watching you all.
Yeah, we're probably not coming out of this without a wanted level in the end anyway.
Yeah, we're so close anyways. Do it.
Yeah, I'll take
Treat
that.
yourself.
Okay. Take +1 die, and I will add heat to the crew.
Yeah, and I need to not roll a disadvantage at the least,
All
so
right,
that's
you
what
all-
I'll do.
You all have hit wanted level 1.
I've always wanted to be wanted. Yes.
Nice.
So it's risky.
This is risky great, because you've still got that whip,
Great.
and you've set up your position really well. Also, mark XP, because that I'm just retroactively making that skirmish roll or whatever the fortune roll was. Like, that was desperate. I'm retroactively changing that to an action roll rather than a setup roll.
Okay.
Which means it was desperate, and you get to mark XP in prowess, I believe.
Oh yeah, skirmish. I need to that down one. Yeah, I accidentally put it in resolve. Oh yeah. All
So-
right,
Cool.
one die. Here we go.
There we go. The 1 die. That's a 4. So,
Okay.
with a 4, you mark the remaining 2 ticks on the clock. But on risky, you do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you have reduced effect, you end up in a desperate position. I think the complication...
I am unharmed.
Yeah, but I don't. It doesn't make sense that it would hurt you and then
Yeah.
let you do it.
Right.
I think the complication is just additional heat.
It's taking so long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless it like smashes your hand to get the lightning whip out of your hand because it hates lightning.
is it possible to gain 2 wanted levels from 1 score,
Oh,
or
you-
does it like stop?
Oh, no, I mean, I just calculate the heat, and if you all like cause enough trouble that is like visible and there's so much destruction, like yeah, you could take multiple wanted levels. But like, I calculate the heat from the jobs separately than the heat that I'm assigning as consequences. Like the heat I
Perfect.
just gave you, that was instant. I added it, and the
Yeah.
complication is additional heat right now. Like. So I'm just going to add 1 more heat to the
That's
crew.
just crew stress. It's great.
Well, actually, this was risky, so I'm going to give you 2 heat here.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. All right. So the tank is kind of like backing up and like kind of posturing with you, and you're engaging with it. But you have some experience, like, you know, negotiating with ghosts at least. I don't know how much experience you have working with demons, but you're able to kind of at least get it to recognize that you've got that whip.
Yeah, well, this is a demon. It's not just a pure animal. Like there's an intelligence in there.
Yeah.
So it's not quite like beast taming. It's still kind of like it would be negotiating with the ghost. There's an intelligence, and we just don't have the verbal communication.
Right. Yes, exactly. So the demon allows you to board it. You hop in with Garros, who is like, we'll get to how in a moment here, like to how Garros is reacting. But you hop in the demon and you command it to like start taking off.
To Lord Skurlox.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Jeremiah said that he was gonna fling Garros over his shoulder and just walk him home, but are we saying like
Take me with you.
Yeah, I think he was handing him to you and said, "You take him."
Oh, okay, that's what. Okay,
is that right,
You can do it
Jeremiah?
that way. I think that's more logical because I have a broken jaw. I don't think carrying somebody on my shoulder is a great idea with a broken jaw.
Yeah. Does this make you nervous that not only do you have to kind of keep tabs on this demon that you're not sure about your relationship with, and also you're dealing with now a traumatized out Garros? Well, actually, let's figure this out, Garros. Let's pause right here and figure this out.
I'm woken up by my boys, and you need to climb up. You need to climb up. You need to get on the thing.
I don't think traumaing out necessarily makes you incapacitated. I think it's just a moment of just like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay, so I wake up in the rose bushes. I've been thrown into the rose bushes.
Yeah. I mean, that happens simultaneously for sure.
And this moment is where we discover trauma, right?
Yeah.
All right, cold, haunted, obsessed, paranoid, reckless, soft, unstable, vicious.
I can read the descriptions for any of those. I have them right here.
Let's talk about like what ones are interesting, I think. So one of the things here is either Garrus can think that the actions he has taken today are not actions that should ever be taken again and take soft, or Garrus can think, I didn't go far enough. How could I have been so dumb? I should have gone further. Why is his family still alive? He was lying to me. And we could take vicious.
Sorry.
Thoughts around the table? Thoughts of these things?
I think they're both really good from like, you know, a roleplay and character point of view. I could totally see either of them. But like Severian would be on board for the vicious.
How are you? Sorry, can you articulate the viciousness justification again?
So there are two ways. So there he is, Garros, staring up at the sky, the black clouded sky that you can't see through, and it's all kind of the same. And he's thinking about the actions that have brought him to this exact moment. And he's thinking to himself, is what I did was wrong? And then he becomes soft? Or is he thinking to himself what I did didn't go far enough, and he becomes vicious?
Towards who?
Towards people he deems are below him.
So like that merchant and his family.
Why are people below Garros? What makes them below him?
Typically when so it's probably all of like stature and other things. But like, can you read vicious to me then again? Because it's to like a particular person or something.
You seek out opportunities to hurt people, even for no good reason.
Okay,
but that
let's
could,
go with
but that could also.
Then.
But we could also say you're vicious towards people who try and like control demons because of your background. It could be I'm vicious towards merchants,
towards people lying to me.
You won't stand for lies. That could be a good one.
Yeah. And then they're put on a list, Garros Schindler's List
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe not that deep.
Yeah, maybe
Let's
that.
so one of the things that Garros is reflecting on, let's go with and this will be like also divergent from like the rest of the group and cause the rest of the group a lot of problems. Let's go with soft, right?
Okay.
So I should not have threatened the merchants' families. That was like uncalled for. Like all of the violence in the streets with the Rust brothers, and like I pick myself up out of the roses and like, oh, sorry, rose bushes. I try not to like hurt them anymore, and they're shredding my clothing, which I would usually be very upset about. But like, oh no, I'm hurting nature. Like, oh God, oh no. And then I like stumble over to Quint and Jeremiah. Hey, what's going on? Where are we at with what's going on?
I think Quint tells Garros, no, quickly, you gotta climb the tank and be careful. And I think Quint is like, be careful, like don't lose your footing and fall. But you might interpret it as like, be careful not to hurt the tank while you're climbing it. Be gentle with the tank.
I like leave my hands up and like gingerly like walk forward with like, I'm not making eye contact, but I'm looking at its direction past its eyes, like, oh, yeah, hey, buddy. And I like climb up.
Is there, so this demon it's another demon, like you, that was put into servitude, taken from its home, presumably by Rust Brothers. Do you feel compassion for it?
Oh, absolutely. And that like lightning has like hurt it and other things. But right now, like, we'll see what the conversation with Lord Skurlock happens, because I don't know what he's going to do, but like we currently don't. My current outlook in life is don't get murdered by Lord Skurlock, by him being like super pissed about, because he's like he's a very powerful guy as being a level 4 or 3 or 4 faction by himself.
Level 3, I think.
By himself.
Yeah.
So, it's also like, so yes, I may feel these things towards this demon, and I could like try to reach out and speak, demonese to them, but not in front of everybody. And yeah, but there's a small twinge in me of like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. So what were you saying about the smog, the coal cloud?
Yeah, isn't it foggy overhead as I was looking up at the sky?
Yeah. What were you feeling as you were looking up, or why were you describing it?
Just because like he's sitting there laying in the rose bushes after getting battered in the chest by the tank. That's all. I was just setting the mood, setting the scene.
Yeah.
Just staring off.
I think that's really interesting. So you all board this kind of like built frame with a bunch of bearings that like roll as this demon is spinning around Sonic style, so that you all aren't like on a vomitron, so to speak. Your level, and you're somehow, I don't know exactly how, but you're directing this demon. You tell it where to go, and it knows the streets well, and it is traveling towards Lord Skurlock's place, which is not terribly far from here. And on the far side of town, the side that you all are, what's more thematic, the side you're driving towards, or the side you're driving away from?
Well, can you rephrase the question?
No, I'm just thinking to myself.
I see.
I'm trying to do some symbolism here. So there's a coal plant on the far side of Brightstone, outside of the city walls, where these pink buildings are to the north, on the stream right below where Quint's name is. That coal plant is the smokestacks are no longer emanating smoke from the coal, and that started this morning, and so we see the sky begin to clear a little bit. Like we can start to see the sun kind of fighting to get through those clouds as you all are driving this demon in that direction. Jeremiah, you slack-jawed, kind of like watch them, see the smog clearing and are confused by that. Begin walking down the road back towards the hideout. and one of the mercenaries like knocks on the window and like points at Severian, who's sitting in a booth in this bar, like just spouting nonsense about his dead mother and like the pain he went through in childhood, or like the jobs he's had as a inspector for the church. And the mercenary is just like, you got to take this guy, and now you're walking, back to home base with Severian very awkwardly.
I'm curious how Severian, like, who steps into Jeremiah's role in Severian's addled mind now.
Parker, you son of a bitch! I thought we put you down.
Oh shit. Jeremiah, he thinks that you are the long dead.
I just have. I probably, once I've left the scene, I've taken my mask off. I just look at him and I'm like, I literally indirectly killed him. Like, out of all the people, just like, the fuck? Keep walking. Probably holding my jaw in place, like, are you fucking serious? Keep walking.
I don't know where you're leading me, but just keep in mind what we did to you. Don't try any funny stuff. But if you got something to show me.
I thought I had a drug problem. Jesus.
I think that's a great place to cut the scene and end this arc a little bit. And when we come back from our break, we will do meeting with Lord Skurlock and handing off this demon, payoff, heat, upkeep, all that jazz. We'll be right back with more Grim Streets of Alderstone.
Hold up, let's boost this viewer count because people are messaging like, where the fuck are you? And
yeah,
I'm like,
where are you, Millman? Well, you're here back with us at in Grim Streets of
we do
Alderstone.
this on Saturday. There we go.
Thank you. So we're back. The crew just completed their mission of stealing the tank. Let's go around the table. How does everyone feel that went?
Painful. Literally painful.
Yeah? Who else?
Yeah.
What else?
It was beautiful. I broke my nose. I went into a trance. I took a trauma. Couldn't have asked for anything more.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And like, Quinn is coming out of this like he's got a new skill now. He's a big bad demon tamer. Yeah, possibly.
You're
like,
you're rolling down the streets, and you're with your.
He stole his
lightning
first
whip
car, and now he thinks he's a gangster.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm spacing on like, what's it called when you've got the ride that has the actuators?
Oh, he's in his lowrider with the airbags.
The ride has been pimped. I think Garros is sitting here quietly, and there's usually never a moment in which he doesn't like talking, but riding on the tank, thinking about things, he thinks to himself, are we overreaching our boundaries of power? Are there more appropriate jobs for us to be going after? Are we going to burn brightly and burn out? No, it is the children who are wrong. No.
Very well said.
So he's having a moment of like introspection of like where the crew has been going. What have we been doing? We have been bumping elbows with the literal highest powers there are in the city. We're having a great time, Nick. I love your game.
Thank you. With that thought, you all will pull up to Lord Skurlock's house. And this time... So Garros, Quint rolls right by the house. Like, you see it, like, oh, it's right.
We should go back. We have to go back. His house is back there. Are you having too much fun looking around?
Oh, we missed it? All right. Well, we'll just have to circle around the block, I guess. Yeah, it is grinning ear to ear, cracking this lightning whip, living it up. Fear me.
All right.
You're the bender robot. Remember me.
You circle the block, and this time, Quint, it's very strange. Garros points out the house to you, and you just seem to not notice it there. There between two other. Oh yeah, there it is. That's a quite large building. How did I miss that? And there is room enough for you all to pull up with the tank into his driveway, essentially. I
think Quint will announce our arrival. We park in the driveway, and
I don't think there's any need to. I think rushing out the front door.
He's gonna do it anyway. He's like, we have arrived. Open your gates. Feast your eyes upon this mighty demon that is yours for the taking now.
The butlers, Burnside, the old muscular man, and Juno, the perceptive female butler, are just both rushing out the front door. Dear Rust, what have you brought to our door? Did anyone see you? For crying out loud!
Pop my head out of like where we've been sitting, and I go out. Lord Skurlock enjoys to be seen when he's around town.
He
So
most
everyone
certainly
has seen
does
us.
not. We will fetch him at once. Shame
do.
on you, says Juno.
I suspect he'll greatly appreciate this gift which we are bestowing upon him.
This demon that we were contracted from him to get for him.
Juno rushes inside as Burnside steps forward, and he says, "Look, young man, there are ways about going about this sort of thing. This is the largest demon, perhaps, in the city."
Second, there's the train, but we'll get that one next and bring it here.
When
Anyways,
Sturlock asks for a powerful demon, does he not expect us to deliver a powerful demon?
There is an expectation that delivery would be arranged in a more discreet location. And then Lord Skurlock, with his long trench coat, his dreads going back, his hat on, he's got his cane. He's like, "It's all right. It's all right, Burnside. Thank you."
smiling like he was smiling before.
I'm loving this. The butler's calling up to us while we're on top of a giant demon, and there's
Yeah. He's down on the cobblestones, like scolding you, and at the top of the stairs in the entryway is Skurlock, and he is not smiling.
Okay.
He is not smiling, but his eyes are wide, staring at this demon.
Is this a powerful enough demon for you as I come crawling down the side of the demon?
Burnside, if you'd please prepare some tea. Yes, certainly, my lord. And Skurlock slowly steps down the stairs, looking at this. His eyes just never waver from the demon. Talking to Burnside, he addresses you. His eyes never move away from the demon. And he's like, "This is quite a prize you've caught for me. I'm impressed."
I'm sorry. I can't hear you. All right. I guess I'll have to climb down.
To impress someone of your power and stature, that is what we were after.
Yes, this will do quite nicely. Well done,
Quint
Garros.
climbs down,
Those who are
and he
patient
takes
get
his time with it
what
because
they're after.
takes his time climbing down, and then upon reaching the bottom, he kind of pats his hand on the side of the beast, and he's still grinning ear to ear. And he's like, "That was marvelous." And he turns to Skurlock and presents the brand, and he's like, "I believe you'll be needing this."
He takes it quite quickly and forcefully.
Shall we go have some tea, or do you need to go for a ride?
He, oh my god, what would he do with this? Oh my god.
We're gonna go on break, everyone. Else, we'll be back in a month.
No, let me think for a second.
We can flash back to the boys walking home as well if you need a moment.
No, I think you need to do this scene all at once, and just get it out of the way. Oh boy. Garros, you recall something about your last meeting that you seem to have forgotten. And it occurs to you as you're watching him. Quint, I don't think you noticed this, but Garros, his guard is down a little bit, it seems. Like he is so elated or excited or just focused on this demon. He like walks towards the front of the demon with the brand, and he commands it to like lay down. And the demon like I don't know if you commanded it to like unwrap itself, but if you hadn't, it does, and it just like goes into a standing position and just like kind of settles down to the ground, and he's just standing right in front of its face. And Garros, as he turns to get in front of this demon and command it, you see his ear from behind his long dreads like hanging down, and it is an elven ear that he is sporting. This man is an elf.
That's changes everything. So it doesn't change. I don't know much about elves, but my understanding of elves is that they are forbidden in this part of town.
Yeah. I mean, like no other kin besides humans are allowed in the Ravenlands. Like if there were, fawn or orc or elf,
bird
half
people.
Elf. Yeah, oh my god, I'm spacing on what we call them.
This is like a rare moment though, because when we were hanging out with Lord Skurlock before, he was in a powerful, commanding position where everyone else is like beneath him.
Yeah,
and he directs the situation. This is like the first time that I've seen from him that he's not directing the system. He's like a kid in a candy shop. It's like, oh my god. Yeah. We get to see his hair unfurl and get the shot of the ear, and like.
It's just a brief, like the hair, it just kind of like brushes and you see that point at the end of his ear. I mean, there are elves and orcs and dwarves and Selkie in the city, but largely, they are entirely prisoners. Like
prisoners, slaves.
Yeah.
They're not heads of organizations.
No, like they are not citizens here. They are prisoners from other settlements around the Ravenlands. And largely they're brought here to be examples or put to work.
All I'm hearing is there's some leverage now.
Yeah,
okay, I hear you.
Perhaps. So the next thing he does perhaps shocks you even more than the fact that he's an elf. And that is he opens his mouth. I wish John were here. Morbius style.
Morbin.
Yeah, it's Morbin time. This man
boy.
opens his mouth and suddenly these sharp teeth, these fangs are extending from his canines. His eyes begin to glow red. His fingernails extend into a sharp to very long sharp points, and he plunges his hand into the head of this demon.
Well, shit. He's a vampire elf. Hot damn.
Quint leans to Garros and he says, I suppose when one goes to start eating an elephant, may as well start with the head.
Do you look at me or do you not look away from the scene? Because it's like looking at
I don't think I look away from the scene.
Okay. So like you like lean over, but I'm standing shoulder to shoulder with you, but like the camera pans onto me and I'm just like struck. Like this pain that the tank would be experiencing from this, I'm experiencing that and just like
Yeah, I think the camera sees like the hand plunge, like, and it's like it sees it like cut into the head, but it quickly cuts away to your shocked faces. It
merges my face with the tank, and it's my head that's being like plunged into, like screaming.
Yeah, I don't think the camera sees much gore. I think it's like from your point of view, you can see like the shoulder, like you can't quite see the head and where this devouring's happening, but there are sounds.
You see like the shadows of it or something.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Quint might be leaning over, but Garros is horrified. Yeah, they're like, the camera indicates that this goes on for a while.
Yeah.
The tea is cold by the time we're inside.
Is the tea brought to us, or is it inside waiting?
I believe that the butler Burns. No, it would be Juno. Or no, it was Burnside that was ordered to do this. Burnside brings tea on a silver platter.
Okay.
And they're, you know, on his fine china. He like brings the platter. I think Juno brings like a little foldable table, sets it down. He sets the platter down and begins pouring the tea. And he's just like,
are there people walking by being like, what the fuck is that sound?
There are people walking by, but no one turns and looks at this house.
Oh, because we're under the the invisibility field, the not my problem field.
Yes, we'll call it a not my problem field.
Because from Hitchhiker's Guide, it's way easier to make a not my problem field, invisibility field, real hard.
So
Yes.
we're standing here like kind of frozen in place, so that they set up the tea like next to us, so we don't have to move. Quint like is doing every bit of keeping a like calm demeanor, like just observing this happening, but it's betrayed by him holding the saucer and the teacup. It rattles against the saucer a little bit when he goes to take a drink, and he goes and sets it down and rattles a little bit, but he's like keeping like deadpan, and maybe in his eyes a little bit there's a intrigue and you can see what he's thinking through his eyes. What he's thinking is, why is he not using this powerful beast? Why is he consuming it? Like, he thinks even if you're draining all this power, there's still so much more you could have done, having this giant tank run across the city. You could have leveled the city with this thing.
He's going to level himself by killing it and getting the XP.
Slurp that XP up, yeah. To note, I don't mean to drive here, Nick, but a little bit.
Go for it.
Travis, while you're standing there and your character is watching this happen, Quint has this sudden realization that he has had a conversation with Lord Skurlock before, because mesmerism drops when you next interact.
I'm going to clarify that this mesmerism works a little differently.
Okay. Damn.
Mesmerism is certainly the inspiration for this, but he is
A DM hacks.
It is a DM hack.
Love it. Okay. My bad.
No
Strike it from
worries.
the record.
Yeah.
I mean, Quint, you know you've met this guy before. You just can't recall the conversation.
Right.
No, perfect. I'm literally struck in horror while this is happening, and I literally can't turn away from watching it. This is also part of the trauma of going soft. Oh my god, there are horrible people out there. There are horrible people that do horrible things to demons. I thought he was gonna use the demon to parade around, do things, go fight at a thing, whatever. Not literally consume it for his own power. Whoa.
Eventually, Lord Skurlock will step out of a cavity of this husk, this chitinous armored tank. He steps out of the area around where its head used to be, and he is covered in purple blood.
That's hot. That's hot.
Oh my god, Millman, get help.
They said I don't need help. Just get out of their office, please.
The help you can do is by helping me by getting out of my office. Yes.
Quint will speak up and he'll say,
You broke me.
apologies for keeping you hungry for so long, but I hope such a bounty, such a feast is appreciated by you.
It was worth the wait. And he... you probably can't see any of him because he's wearing a trench coat.
Is he reading our minds right now or no? Just for you to note, because I'd be thinking that he's an elf. He's an elf. What the fuck, elf.
Is he lying, though?
Yeah, he hated it. He's just being polite.
Garros. What
Sir.
is it that gave it away?
Your hair slipped when you were walking up to the beast.
I see. Yes, it's true. I am elf. Is that a problem?
Oh. Many of us are not exactly what we seem to be, so it's not a problem. And I won't let anybody know. But if they read my mind, like you are reading my mind, then they may know at some point. So
Fair enough.
I'll let you know if that if that comes to light and that comes to pass. I will let you know, and it can be handled.
Certainly. Well, this has proved to be a fruitful relationship. I appreciate your labors and efforts. As promised, you will be paid. And he nods towards Juno, the butler, who will head inside. And she'll come back eventually, but there will continue to be conversation here. Well, I believe that concludes our business.
We will probably have business from time to time. To note, I believe Quint has been using the book you gave him quite extensively. If you know more about demons or have a book that is similar on demons, I have a person in our crew that could use one. Outside of that, that's where this job ends.
Yes, well, if you're able to bring me something as powerful as this, or even greater, I'd be happy to pay you again. But that offer will only stand for the next few months.
The greater demon than this that we tracked down was the one guarding the prison. That would be quite the endeavor to bring to you. There's the train demon, and then there are some other demons throughout the city.
The train demon is not powerful. It is simply large.
Got it. Sometimes power comes in smaller boxes. I understand.
Indeed.
We'll see what time brings.
Well, I hear there's a powerful demon plaguing the... oh my god. I'm spacing on the word. The water. The
Ocean?
Nope.
River?
In the city.
Oh, the guy,
Canal?
the valets that do the canals.
Yeah, sorry. There is a great demon plaguing the canals. I was going to throw my hat in the ring. I know the Demon Association is hunting it as we speak. But I've waited long enough. If you can bring me the demon that guards this prison, and if it is as powerful as you say, then I'd be happy to pay you in whatever you wish.
Yeah, 10 times the power, 10 times the price. We will see what we can do. Is that a standing offer? We have a few other things to take care of and remedy before we would be able to look into this.
I simply require 2 more powerful demons, and I am ready to pursue and hunt another. I was going to scour the canals, and if you bring me my 3rd, then that will merit some payment. But if I manage to hunt 2 on my own before you bring one to me, then I will have no need for it.
Understandable. And then while this conversation is happening, Garros is thinking to himself, if we bring him the demon from the prison, will I just be the 3rd demon then that he eats? Oh no. And if he's reading my mind, he can definitely hear that.
Garros, you are no, you are not worth my appetite. Do not worry.
Interesting you should say that. I appreciate your candor.
This entire time, he's like, he seems like he's in ecstasy. Like, his eyes are like, seem heavy but calm. He's like pausing and blinking a lot. He seems like he's high or something.
He's got a full belly.
He's Severian right now. He's good to go.
Yeah.
He
This
indulged
whole
vice.
episode can just be high on life. Literally, is the title. Just high on life.
Should we go inside? Do you have any use for the extra parts, or could we take the parts with us? They're a little big, but maybe they can be shipped out to our place.
Take what you need within the day, and then if there's anything left, we'll dispose of it. Juno comes back and hands you like a huge sack of gold or coin, whatever that looks like here in Alderstone. And it's pretty hefty here. Very well. Our arrangement is complete. You have my standing offer. Be on your way.
Yes, sir. I will have people clear this out before the end of the day.
End of day tomorrow is fine.
Thank you. And I turn to Quint. Anything else?
Yeah, Quint. I wanted to thank you again for the book. I found a most useful ritual, and I have that tome to thank for developing it.
It seems like you have this demon as tribute to that gift. It was a wise investment. It seems as though, and he's like kind of like narrowing his eyes and like kind of like leaning his head towards you, like he's observing you somehow, and he is observing your thoughts. And he's like, clearly you would have not been able to obtain this demon without that power. Congratulations. I hope it brings you great fortune in the future.
Yeah, and a little insight into what's been going on in Quint's mind throughout this entire exchange. It's been a little bit of a chaotic mess of, should I tell him about the ritual? No, he probably already knows about it. But the things that I learned, and I was reading other people's minds. Would you care about that? No, probably not. What things could I have done with such a powerful tool as this tank demon? And he's like imagining himself rolling over cities, just like flattening the city block, like high on power. Like it's a chaotic mess of jumbled thoughts of what ifs.
Does the thought enter Quint's mind to set up a pattern around his house, or try and place a pattern on him to read his mind?
See, now you just put that in his mind.
Yeah.
I think we should leave that up to a dice roll, because I did not think of it. Quint might, but he's also kind of running through a lot of things in his brain.
Yeah, I'm just curious what you think the character, like, is that something that might occur to him?
I think it is something that might occur to him, yes.
Okay. I will let you decide if you think if it's interesting or not, if it did. Otherwise, we can move on from the scene.
Yeah, it would be interesting. His mind probably goes to the ritual that he developed and the successful use of it. Well, moderately successful use of it just recently. Yeah. And then he pictures like the coins, and then he's like looking at the floor of the driveway in front of himself, and he's just picturing that symbol there. And then the idea occurs to him like, oh shit, would that even work here? And I think it's kind of the train of thought, like, would that even be effective in a place such as this that I can only observe once I'm in it?
And like whenever that thought occurs to you, he like will twist and in a threatening manner to you and say, your thoughts are privileged to me, but mine are not to you. Do not attempt to use your magic on me, or you will regret it. I have no need to make an enemy of you, and in fact, I enjoy our relationship. Read my mind and I will know, and our relationship will swiftly end.
Oh, that absolutely.
Double
I
standard.
just I didn't mean offense. I just the place that you have here is so curious. I mean, does I'm not even sure that it would work here.
He like straightens up his like blood-soaked trench coat. Apologies. Men, I know that men cannot help their ideation. I do not blame you for the thought occurring to you, but I am very protective of my secrets. And I simply cannot afford for anyone to acquire them.
No,
What
most assuredly.
exceeds to eat your brain.
I understand.
I'm glad we have an understanding. Please, take your payment and go in peace. I thank you for your services.
And thank you, Quint says, almost shitting himself.
Excellent.
He straightened his tie as he's covered in blood. Yes, let me be professional. Sorry, I was so unprofessional there for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, as we do the tally for how much stress Quint gets from this, that is definitely when it happens. When he gets it, it's like he walks out of this with the trauma probably if he gets any stress from the cooldown.
Well, so you have this new interesting ability to kind of like read minds, and you're certainly not going to like read his mind unless you like actually go through with the ritual for that. But your mind,
Yeah.
I think this ritual alters your mind, and especially being the one who controls it.
Oh.
I'm going to give you the option here. You are going to lose your memory of this. Like,
Okay.
his mesmerism still works. However, if you would like to resist that, you may.
Absolutely.
Okay. You will need to resist with resolve. And you'll
Okay.
take 6 stress minus your highest die roll. You have 8 stress. Unless you roll a 6 or a crit, you are going to trauma out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is just a fortune roll, right?
No, you click the word resolve on
Okay.
your skills.
Okay, there we go. And it would be
You just click resolve.
yeah, and I just
Zero.
do it. No bonus
It's
dice.
no bonus dice. Okay.
4.
So you take 6 minus 4, you take 2 stress, you trauma out. So
Yep.
go ahead and pick a trauma, clear your stress. I know that you posted all of the different traumas in our resource, our group chat. So go ahead and take a look
Yes.
at those, and we'll come back to you and articulate
Okay.
what that looks like as you're leaving, and what like Quint, characterize him as he's leaving this meeting. So I'll give you a little bit to think about that. But let's do payoff. So you're counting your coins as you leave. After score, the PCs take stock of their income from the operation. A successful score generates both rep and coin. So let me pull up for the chat our crew sheet. Hopefully we can see that all right. Okay. The crew earns 2 rep per score by default. If the target of the score is higher tier, then you take +1 rep per tier higher. If the target of the score is lower tier, you get -1 rep. So this was a member of the Chauffeurs, which is a tier 2 faction. But this particular individual, I think, was tier 3. You all are tier 0, so you're going to take +3 rep on this. So that's 5 rep total. 1, you go your maximum. What? Okay, hang on. Let's see what happens if you hit maximum. Oh, what do we do if we hit maximum?
I think we gain.
That's how we go up a tier, right?
Yeah.
That's how we go up a tier, is my understanding.
Okay, I think
And
you have
then
to
we
pay
get one of
for it
those
though.
boxes.
So let me check that.
Now, here we have some money coming in.
Yes, you'll definitely have some money coming in. So let me check this really quick. Here, or rep. Let me look at rep here in the book.
Advancement, Blades in the Dark. Let's take a look. Crew advancement. Your crew XP, contend with challenges, bolster. When you fill your crew advancement tracker, clear the marks and special ability and mark 2 upgrade boxes.
That's advancement. Which
That's
is
XP. That's different.
XP, yeah. So development, page 44. To move up the ladder and develop your crew, you need a rep. Rep is a measure of clout and renown. When you accrue enough rep, the other factions take you more seriously and you attract the support needed to grow and to develop and grow. You need 12 rep to fill the rep tracker on your crew sheet. When you fill the tracker, do one of the following. I'm ignoring weak and strong hold for you all. So reset to 0. You can pay to increase your crew tier by 1. This costs coin equal to 8 times your new tier.
Whoa.
As long as your rep tracker is full, you don't earn new rep. Once you pay and increase your tier, reset your rep to 0 and reduce your blah, 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 blah. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give you all... So that was 1. I'm going to give you 4 more rep. Let's just keep this moving. Okay. So you will need to pay 8 coin to increase your tier, but let's take a look at the money really quickly. Okay. So the crew earns coin based on the nature of the operation and or any loot they seized. I think you all get 12 coin.
And then I would like to keep the armor from the tank and have that moved back to our place, and then do something fancy with that later.
Okay. Let's add that to the crew sheet as a note here, I guess.
Yeah, I'll put it at the bottom of the notes.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 8 coin unless anyone dissents and feels like we should keep that coin. We're going to upgrade the crew tier to 1.
I'm all for it.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, everyone take 1 coin.
Well, I know where that's going.
Okay. Recorded the coin, blah, blah, blah. Oh, most districts have crime bosses that expect smaller crews to pay a tithe from their scores. The
Dockers are the ones.
are
and
tier
we haven't
3.
Don't we have a thing so that we don't need to? We had a start. I think it's... I wanted to put forward something to this as well.
Uh-huh.
Because now that we've gone up in rep, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to cut somebody else's butter, get our own space, and start encroaching on somebody else's space.
Yeah, we could do crew war.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a look into that. So there are 2 tiers above us. What do we potentially owe them? A coin?
Subtract coin equal to your crew tier plus 1 when you pay a tithe to a boss or larger organization. Now, they aren't like trying to extort you all for money, but they handle a lot of like business, like they feed you information. They're probably a significant part of the Garros News Network. They like keep people who are prying around and looking for you or trying to gather information from you all like off your backs. Like they help you out and they kind of expect, compensation. I
will put a coin towards paying them.
So all I need is 2 coin.
We have 1 in the vault. We have 1 in the vault already.
The crew has 1, so I can subtract that and Garros's. Great. All right.
Subtract it off my sheet. Yep.
GM, definitely don't screw around with the players when it comes to the payoff. Don't say that the client lied and there's no reward. Okay, never mind.
True and based.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move on to heat. Alderstone is a city of prying eyes and informants, both living and ghostly and demonic and undead. Anything you do might be witnessed, and there's always evidence left behind. To reflect this, your crew acquires heat as they commit crimes. After score or conflict with an opponent, your crew takes heat according to the nature of the operation. 0 heat for smooth and quiet, low exposure. 2 heat for contained, standard exposure. 4 heat for loud and chaotic, high exposure. 6 for wild and devastating exposure.
5 probably then, somewhere in between 4 and 5.
This was loud and chaotic a bit. There was a lot of people hurt, and it took place out in the open. Oh, and the the Rust brothers got involved. Like this was a sting
And the
operation.
merchant.
Yeah,
And the merchant.
like it was a sting. So I almost want to say 6, but like you all didn't destroy any property, besides a demon.
And there's no body because that's all going to get taken care of.
No one, quote unquote, died. Okay, so 4 heat, +1 for a high profile or well connected target. Yes, that's +1, so we're up to 5. Add +1 if the situation happened on hostile turf.
No, we're not hostile with them.
Hang on, let me look at my notes on.
Who's turf were we at? Were we hostile with the merchants?
I keep forgetting that all of the turfs have different bonuses and effects. So you all were in Brightstone. -1D. Oh, I should have given you -1D on engagement rolls versus nobles. Oh, wait, no. Hang on. Yeah, versus the merchant class. Okay. So I should have given you -1D on your engagement roll. Whoops.
Don't worry, we fucked that one up already.
Yeah, you didn't need my help. So we're at 5. And no killing was involved. But you know what? I think because the church was involved, the cops, and you threatened a merchant, I want to add +1. So this is 6 more heat.
You got it. I'm counting.
4, 5, 6. Wow. Y'all
That's
are
pretty close.
almost wanted level 2. You're like 1 away from wanted level 2. Ooh. Okay. So, before we move on to entanglements, Quint, what are you thinking about in terms of trauma?
So, before this session, I was kind of considering reckless or vicious for my traumas because I was like bound to get one from the session. I mean, I was 1 away, and we were right in the middle of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at vicious, and I don't want it to be like murder hobo-y.
Yeah.
You can be vicious without being a murder hobo.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Like this is like torture club over axe murderer, right? Like you can instead of going with the vicious thing, it's not trying to articulate my thought process here. It's more like we could beat the random guys on the street for spitting on your shoe, or you could just walk it off. But we choose to beat them half to death. You don't have to necessarily kill them, right? Like you don't have to go full murder hobo with the vicious thing. You just have to do things more aggressively where you...
Yeah, instead of weaving through the crowd and being nice to people, you just bulldoze.
I also think it can be directed at specific, like I was saying with Garros, like it could be towards merchants or towards people that enslave demons. Like it doesn't have to be, generalized. It also doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to let it seriously change your character. But if you do let it get you into trouble, however you decide to roleplay that, you can generate additional XP through that roleplay.
I see. Okay. So it's not necessarily an all the time thing.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. It's like, hey, explore this if you want the XP.
Right.
The trauma's there. You probably shouldn't forget about it.
Yeah. Like for me, just speaking personally, when I'm stressed, I get really fucking grumpy, and sometimes I lash out at people, and I have to, apologize a lot for my behavior, and I'll own that. You could play a character that does that too, but doesn't apologize for it, or maybe they do. Like, role play it however you want. Like, you can define it however you want.
So this trauma happens. So I tried to I wanted to resist the memory wipe effect from Lord Skurlock. Do we have to roll something for that?
You did. You rolled the resistance roll.
That's where you got the stress.
Yeah,
so you did resist. You just blacked out in the process.
Not necessarily. Okay. Or you could just be like, man, that guy's a fucking asshole trying to wipe my memory. Or maybe you're not even mad at him. Like, it's up to you. Like,
I remember that interaction.
Yeah. That's what a resistance roll is like if there's a consequence or effect, you just say nope. I do X, Y, or Z, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I needed a 6 to achieve or whatever.
Even if you rolled a 1 and got 5 stress, like you still the effect doesn't happen. That's what's awesome about resistance.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with this game, the only time like this is your 9 lives, but we only get 5. Right? The moment you get to 5, your 9 lives are up. But like you use your stress as another hit point buffer.
Yeah. So all that said, I'm going to go with vicious. Because reckless, little regard for your own safety, totally I can play with that, but for your best interests, Quint will not give up a power if he has a power over something. Like that is his interest. He won't let go of that.
Nice.
So vicious, you seek out opportunities to hurt people even for no good reason. And he'll lash out. I think he walks away from this interaction with Skurlock. Like he keeps going back to the demon, and the one thing, like he tried to use the brand, it was absolutely ineffective. The one thing that worked for him there was that he was able to hurt this demon that otherwise, I mean, you've seen the armor plates. Like, what else can get through that other than my lightning? Like, it would not have worked if it were not for my aggression.
Mm-hmm.
So he's seeing like his aggression as a way to kind of get certain things accomplished. And I think we'll see him a little more temperamental. And yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Before we get to the entanglement, let's do XP for everyone. I know that's the most exciting part of this. Let's start with Severian. So, as always, we've had you mark like desperate rolls as we go. But mark XP at the end of a session, mark 1 XP or 2 if it happened multiple times, if you addressed a challenge with deception or influence. Absolutely, you all did. You tried to deceive
the merchant, or no, Roos Roble.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So mark XP. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I wrote down that you used your investigation background on the Veil. Yeah. I know that was happening like during downtime, but I think that was still really important. And then that role play of like all of your history and you know, childhood trauma and job trauma. Oh my god. So that's take 2 more XP, so that's 3 total. And again, you can put these in your playbook. You can put them in Insight, Prowess, or Resolve. So you're up to 3. And did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma during the session? You got traumatized. I think, Jeremiah, did we give you an XP for getting traumatized?
No, but I believe you meant to.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine with not receiving the XP, by the way.
Okay.
But like getting a trauma is considered XP.
Yeah, I would say so. So that's 4 total. Put them wherever you like.
All right, sounds good.
Also, he got in trouble with his vice by like thrown it in the guy's face, and it went.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Take 5. Take 5. Well, that's kind of the same thing, because that's kind of when he traumatized out, right?
No, but I'm saying why he should get the 4th one.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Take 4. Yeah, solid. We've locked in that 4. That's a definite. Okay,
good.
4. Let's go with Quint next. Did you address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power? Yeah. Take 2 XP. You did that a lot.
Absolutely.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Background as a Rust brother, melded heritage.
His drive for like knowledge and understanding of the universe has like been seen throughout.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's take one more. That's 3. Did you struggle
with wielding a brand, right?
Yeah. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma? Your trauma is vicious. So okay, you got a trauma, so take 1. Your vice is weird. Did you struggle with issues related to knowledge?
I'm gonna argue for no, because he became more obsessed with the power by the end of it, not so much the weird knowledge.
What do you think, Travis?
He was definitely pushing to use this new ritual, but I would say like if it wasn't directly a good way to handle the situation, then yes, but it was actually a good way to handle the situation.
Yeah, so, I agree. I don't think you struggled with issues from it.
Yeah, he didn't go out of his way to use this in this instance. It was legit a good call.
Yeah.
So I don't think he struggled.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave that there then. All right. Moving on, we'll do Garros.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey. Oh my god. Come on, sheet. Open up. Roll 20.
You addressed a challenge with deception or influence.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I wanted to influence him to love his family and stop being a liar.
You deceived... You deceived the merchant and influenced the merchant. You deceived Roos Roble, although he found out. You tried to deceive him, which
influence,
is addressing.
Maha.
Yeah, and then you also flashbacked and went and talked to
the top of the underworld.
Yeah, like one of the leaders of the black market. So take 2 XP for that. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Absolutely. As a demon, you did. I don't know if you expressed your underworld background specifically.
Yeah, that's probably like a 1. It's not like I did it like I don't feel that I can point to so many things that this would be 2 XP.
Yeah, but you certainly did.
It's a solid 1.
Yeah, take 1 for that one. And then did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma? You got a trauma, so take 1 XP. And then What?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like vice. No, not really.
No, not really. Okay. There you go. Again, just as a reminder, you don't have to put them in playbook. You can put them in other stuff.
I want that playbook advancement.
Sweet.
At the end of each downtime phase, you earn 2 stash. Sounds sweet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a little something on the side. At the end of each downtime phase, you earn +2 stash.
Oh, that's like one of the abilities you want? Abilities. Oh, sick. That's cool.
Maybe Rook's Gambit, because I feel kind of bad that I put everything in Sway, and then I could just figure out how to use Sway in a different thing and still get to roll Sway dice. But it costs 2 stress.
Sounds really good. Like if you be creative,
That is really good. Yeah, that's the same ability. So in the sci-fi version of this game, Scum and Villainy, or it's one of the sci-fi versions of this game, you can do that, but with Doctor, and you have to describe how you use Doctor.
Medicine.
Yeah,
how to do everything.
Like, is it is it your bedside manner? Is it research? Surgery? You just basically like describe how you've used that skill, or like doctoring to do that thing.
Yeah, I think I jam all into playbook, and then I'll have 1 point away from playbook advancement.
Nice. Okay, Jeremiah, did you address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power? Yeah, y'all did. Absolutely.
Yeah, I sure did.
Take, I think one XP for that one.
Yeah, because I gave up my opportunity to try to tune because I needed help.
Yeah. Did you express your beliefs, drives, Demon Fam, heritage, or background? As a binder, I think.
I I think the flashback also helps with this one. That I actually explained how it works.
And also that comment of like you're having more issues with drugs than me. Like that's an expression. So take 2 XP for that, and then
I'll take it.
Yeah, and then did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
No, I took harm more than trauma. But
like,
being obsessed with demons, I would say I did, because I think when we were setting up for this, I was trying real hard with my obsession.
Well, wasn't it your idea to go for the biggest and best we could find?
Yeah,
much.
That's true. I think, because I think you, like, it was those questions that led me to, like, what's the biggest, meanest demon in the city.
Go. What was the biggest splash we can make?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And you all didn't quite, I think, find any information on you didn't quite hit the, like, fact that there is a demon in the canals. But this was the next best thing. So yeah, take 1 XP for that.
Wait, so is it 4?
I think 4? So. It was 1, and then 2, and then 1.
Okay.
Or maybe it was 2, 1, 1. I don't remember, but it was 4. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Congrats.
I need 2 more. God damn it.
And then for the crew, at the end of... Oh, wait, hang on. I have a note here, actually, that I need to look back on. Okay, great. The crew. Did you advance the agenda of your deity or embody its precepts in action?
Yeah.
I don't even know if you all have connected with your deity yet. We'll say yes. We'll give 1 XP to the crew for that, because y'all have been seeking information, and that aligns up with Worm. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? Absolutely. You picked a target at a higher tier. You asked for help very riskily from a higher tier faction, and then you got stung by the Rust Brothers, which are higher tier. So I'm giving 2 XP for that. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? You absolutely bolstered your crew's reputation. That's 1 XP. And express the crew's goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
We were pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, we'll do. You know what? Fuck it. I'll give you 2, and we'll work on a new special ability. Why don't you all take a look at the special abilities, and we'll have a conversation about that while I figure out why my puppy's barking. Go ahead.
All right. Well, that's pretty badass. Has anyone been thinking about the next special ability for the crew?
I thought we were really far off getting another special ability.
Yeah.
So Anointed might be good
here.
because
I'll
of
be
the
back.
amount of supernatural shit we deal with.
Yeah.
The amount of weird we're getting into, I feel like it's a good idea.
Oh, conviction, an additional vice called worship. When you indulge this vice and bring a pleasing sacrifice, you don't overindulge it. You clear excess stress.
Oh, that's interesting.
In addition, your deity will assist any one action roll you make.
We should probably go talk. Oh, can we only get so many wanted? Wanted is trauma for the
Yeah, so I think so.
Yeah.
At the point when we get to 4 wanted, we're fucked. Like that.
Yeah, so
Public
the
enemy
way
number
you get
1.
rid of wanted levels is by jailbirds, basically, like sending people to jail. So it could be a party member, or we could
Or
send
you can
somebody up.
pay it off.
Oh,
Got
I was thinking that one cohort that we got that was like not too cool. We could always send him to jail.
But he might
Have him
rat.
be the fucking guy. That's
any
true.
rats
He
on
might.
us for everything. We'll
Well, then
see.
we kill him, I guess. But all right, maybe not.
Wow, we
Yeah.
already get another special ability. Jeez, fuck, that's like crazy.
And I feel like some of these we'd probably change a little bit. Like the
sorry.
Sealed in Blood would
Really
be-
quickly, I should clarify. You all have the option to either take a new special ability or mark 2 crew upgrade boxes. Things like your training modules for insight and personal that you don't have.
That might be a good idea.
Increase your quality of weapons or supplies or gear or documents or you have increased quality of tools. We should be noting that when you're using tools.
I would put forward then taking training and insight so I can get my 1 point in friggin' Tinker already.
As an idea, Glory Incarnate, he just shows up and is like, the fuck do you think you are doing?
Hang on, what is Glory Incarnate? Your deity
Your
sometimes
deity,
manifests
yeah,
in the physical world. This can be a great boon, but the priorities and values of a god are not those immortals. You've been warned. That could be interesting for sure.
He'll be the final boss of the one shot.
What are you talking about? There's no ending to this one shot. It
Yeah,
keeps
one
on
shots
going
don't
and
end.
going.
Don't you know anything? You just
I'm
take
sorry.
one shot at a time, like when you're at a party. Just woo!
Oh, okay, endless shots, yeah. Alright, I got
Oh
it.
my god, I just learned about what an elevator is. You order 5 shots and then you only take the 3 in the middle. Because the first one is when the shit starts to happen, and the last one is when you feel sick and you need to go home. So they just grab the ones from the middle to get where they want to go.
Yeah, that's like when I roll up to the bar and I was like, "Give me a 4 corners," and they just pour a ounce of each corner of the bar. Really great drink to get you where you need to go.
I do the 4 shots of Jaeger and a Jaeger and Coke, like just straight off the bat. Like we dive deep.
You
So
guys are crazy.
The
crew
4 corners I did
upgrades.
one time on a dare. Don't do it. It's usually tequila, a fine red wine, some like clear alcohol, and then whiskey.
I feel like he doesn't remember a lot of that day.
Anyways, you were saying crew upgrades, yes.
Cult rigging. We kind of use implements or documents. That comes up fairly often. Elite adepts, elite thugs. I'm not sure what we can do with those, but more lackeys.
I mean, we're probably going to need those elite thugs because we're about like what I was putting forward in thought process is we could fuck with somebody else's turf, right? Like the hook or axe guys. I can't remember the cleaver.
Bill
dudes.
hooks.
Yep, that's the one. Thank you very much for remembering because I wouldn't have remembered. We should start taking over their territory and fucking with them, and then we can have our own turf so we don't have to pay every single downtime for being in somebody else's space.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think taking the insight training is probably good.
I really need that.
Yeah,
So
same.
Yeah.
next downtime I can get Tinker and then that's it. Shit's real now. I'm gonna make this fucking demon clock, boys.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
that'd be really handy.
Yeah.
on the next
and
demon.
And then elite thugs.
Okay.
elite thugs.
Elite thugs. And which one?
The
Insight training.
insight training.
Okay, great. Let me look up elite thugs really quickly just to make sure we all understand what that does.
Yeah, as I say, I
It's
don't
a little
see it
drop down
on here,
thingy.
but
Oh,
there
it
it is.
says insert description.
Yeah, I'm just going to search it in the...
And the bookie doohickey.
All of your cohorts with the thugs type get plus 1d to rolls.
Isn't that most of the ones we just absorbed?
So there's skulks, thugs. What the fuck? Hang on, let me look up.
He's like, I skipped a book when I was making them.
Oh, that's interesting. The mastery one. I just looked at that.
What
I'm
does
not
that
saying
do?
we should do that right now, but it takes 4 steps. But if we unlock it, then our max action rating can go up to 4.
Shit. Wait,
It's capped at 3.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. So
Oh.
if you dump 4 points into mastery, you can then roll 4s on your clocks if you max out your roll.
Oh, so we can go up to 4 die.
your PC's action ratings to 4. Oh. Wait, does anyone have 4 dots in anything?
No. I
You
do?
can't.
What do you have 4 in? Oh, you have 4 in sway. You're
Sway.
not supposed to have 4 in sway
Should I move it to command or something else?
if you want to.
Okay. Or do
Feel
you
free.
want me to be cheating the whole time?
Feel free to move it wherever you want.
Putting in one of the ones you have 0 in.
Nope.
Grab it like me.
It puts it into command.
Sweet.
I understand what you're saying then. So we need to put 4 points into mastery so we can have 4 dice every time. we
Yeah.
roll
So
the thing.
right now
Yeah.
you should only be able to go up to three and something. I didn't
I
know
thought
that.
we could train. I thought we could train afterwards, and that's why I put the 4th dot in.
Yeah,
this way.
because
Yeah.
it said in character creation you can only go up to 3 in
Yeah,
character
I
creation.
didn't realize that mastery was
Well,
a
no, in character
restriction.
creation is only 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 2,
Yeah,
and
like
I've
that.
trained up twice on sway.
Okay.
That black line on the character sheet should probably be after the 3rd dot, and then maybe we would have like thought about it
Yeah.
rather than being on the 1st.
Yeah. Wait, why is that there? No, it's fine. I would leave it in like a resolve thing because this is like what Gyros does.
Yeah.
Okay, so gangs, when you make a cohort is a gang or an expert. If they are a gang, which you all have, you have an expert, the Ghost Denethilwater, and then you have a gang, which are your Talon members.
Yeah.
They can be adepts. Wait, I thought we wrote down what they were. I thought we wrote down what Denna was.
Denna? I don't know, but we
but
wrote
that's
down
only-
what the gang was.
Oh, that's all. Okay. Oh, for experts, you just choose an area of expertise. So she was a administrator.
Oh, it does say under our blocks, or under the notes, it says cohort of adepts, 1 to 2 people. Sheet isn't working correctly.
Wait.
Is that
Where does it say
What does that mean?
adepts?
just
Oh.
under the notes on the crew?
Oh, okay. So you all actually have a whole other gang of adepts. We just you picked those during character creation, and we have never articulated who they are.
Oh,
So you have adepts. The Bell and Talon, they can be adepts, which are scholars, tinkers, occultists, and chemists. So it makes sense that you have them. Rooks, who are con artists, spies, and socialites. Rovers, sailors, carriage drivers, and deathland scavengers. Skulks, who are scouts, infiltrators, and thieves, and thugs, killers, brawlers, and roustabouts. The Bell and the Talon are definitely a cohort of thugs.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So
This
they right now are impaired because one of them was really pissed at you all for making an example out of him, and then he quit. But you now took this elite thugs, so they are now elite, meaning they get +1 to their rolls.
Sweet.
thick.
All right.
But because they're impaired, they also take -1d. So right now, those cancel out until you address their impairment.
Yeah, so we gotta recruit another member to their little
No,
group.
we need to find the other one and then break him.
Base.
Okay, so that resolves crew advancement, except for one thing. Every time the crew advances, each PC gets stash, not coin, but stash, equal to the new crew tier +2. So everyone take 3 stash. This represents profits generated by the crew as they've been operating.
Hell yeah. We're moving up in the world, boys. I don't live somewhere in the shitty neighborhood. I live in a slightly better neighborhood. So
Okay, so to reiterate how stash works, if I draw from my stash, I tick 2 boxes to get 1 coin.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
And
The
there's
system's
like a
fucking
different
awesome.
there's like a different tick box at the end of each row in stash. What's up with that? Do you know?
Okay, so when you want, what you can do is once you hit the first row max, you can solid tick the next one, right? So you see how there's the big ones? And that is literally going from level 1 gangster to level 2 gangster, then level 3 gangster, then level 100 gangster. And you literally go from a basic street thug to a crime boss. Like, you have that kind of wealth.
Okay.
So you no longer live in the ghetto, but you move to, like, I own a fucking skyscraper apartment, and, like, your base lifestyle has just increased.
Well, and when you retire, based on how many, like, rows you've completed, you, like, advance to a different, like, quality of retirement. I think is that what you meant?
Out, you literally, like your away life increases. So it's literally when a mob boss retires. If you don't die, right, you've acquired so much wealth, you go and retire like a celebrity. Oh no, I have to go and sit on my yacht with naked women all the time and do drugs and just retire like an old person.
Oh, horrible.
Oh, so hard.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right. So I need to do an entanglement really quickly. I've already rolled it. I just need to recall.
Tangle me, daddy, tangle me.
Oh, okay. Let me find my notes.
There we go. We all have a trauma now, so let's try to give Nick a trauma.
True.
Oh, I do that every single time. I'm like, let's make this character a little bit more loose. He's just like, whoa.
Can we have another character sheet that's like Nick, so we can take his stress levels?
To the max.
Your heat. Wait, how? Where does wanted level come in? Oh, roll a number of dice equal to their wanted level. Oh, I've been doing this wrong. Okay. I need to roll.
Yeah, you can just click the word wanted on the crew sheet.
Oh, let's just do that.
I clicked it thinking that it would tell me more about it, and then it started a roll, and I was like, oh, well.
Oh, lovely. That's a 6.
Hell yeah, crits, baby. Oh, wait.
Oh, fuck.
It's a bad thing?
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, 6s are bad. Nick's rolling them.
An inspector presents a case file of evidence to a magistrate to begin prosecution of your crew. The Rust brothers send a detail to arrest you. A gang at least equal in scale to your wanted level. Pay them off with coin equal to your wanted level plus 3. Hand someone over for arrest. This clears your heat. Or try to evade capture. I think you all get a really abrupt knock at the door. It opens without you all coming to the door, and it's someone from the Dockers, and they're like, yo, the Rust brothers are here to arrest Severian.
Oh, shit.
Quick, grab what's his name. Give him over. Stay a Severian.
Wait, what's no. I'm going away, if anything.
No. I have a broken jaw. All right, I'm already gonna be out for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna take some time on the inside and take it easy and let my jaw heal.
Sure, I could handle it.
But I need you guys to send me some coke. Like,
well, yeah, we'll make sure you're set up.
But I'm happy to sit in a cell for a while. I got some manifesting to do on, like, I've already got the clock ready to go. I'll sit in a cell for a while. I need to get in tune with being a summoner, right? Like, I need some time.
Well, I mean, we'd mentioned about doing like a slight time skip before. So, I mean, I think that would probably line up perfectly.
I'm going to go on a spirit walk in prison.
Yeah, I'm just fucking cracked out of my mind. I've done so much. Like, they go to my cell every day, and I'm just fucking wide-eyed, stoned out of my mind, and just not there. Jaw wired, right? Like, I've got things holding my jaw in place and everything, and I'm just, like, cracked out. By the end of it, I'm, like, super-duper skinny, because I haven't eaten anything, just too methed out.
Yeah, you're just astral projecting the entire time on your spirit walk.
Yep.
There's a loud knock at the door.
I thought it opened because you said it opened.
This is a few minutes later while you all are
This is a different
discussing.
door. No,
I open the door.
This is the public
What?
door. Several Rust brothers are standing there, one holding a scroll. We're here with orders to arrest Severian for the murder of Harker.
Shit. I think I gotta take this one, guys.
Are they lying
can't-
to me?
No, they're not
They-
lying.
like-
They're reading a piece of paper, man. They can't lie. They're just doing their
They
job.
absolutely know it was Siberian, right?
Whoa.
Like we can't
Well,
have
not.
Jeremiah confess to the crime or something.
If Jeremiah confesses to the crime and you pay them a coin, they will take Jeremiah instead.
Yeah, that's what I'm signing up for. Let's do this.
Sure. I mean, you're the guy that actually killed him. So actually, I think Severian's like, oh, wait a minute. I had nothing to do with this. This was all you.
We have evidence that
But it was me.
Oh, and who are you?
Hi, I'm Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
I killed him. I literally have a confession. Like, I killed him.
Yeah, so we haven't talked about the Rust Brothers much on this show, but many of them, especially once they're like formally initiated and proven themselves, they become melded with demons. And they gain very animalistic features or other strange like kind of traits. One of them has like a couple of extra arms, and another has what looks like kind of scales, very big, hard scales. I'm thinking kind of like Komodo dragon, like really large scales. They like turn and look at one another and Brother Bus, that sounds like a confession to me. Yeah, that sounds like a confession to me, brother Note. All right, Jeremiah, you're coming with us.
Yeah, I just flick the wrist. Let's go.
And you know, brother, one of them will just like put some shackles around you and begin leading you away. And the one with scales like holds out his palm towards you, Severian, and he's like,
Yeah, I'll pay him a coin.
all right. He takes it and he
Without even, I don't even say anything. I just hand him like, my wallet.
As they start walking me off, I'm like, can I just say something real quick to the Rust brother? Because I'm obviously being really compliant.
What?
I just lean back to the boys. Don't touch my stuff!
Come on, let's go.
You got it.
Jeremiah, you are taken to a jail where you are held for like a day or two before you're put in a large wagon. Maybe not a wagon. You're just escorted with a large group of other incarcerated individuals from other jails around the city, and as a large group with many Rust brothers on demon mounts and with undead bound to their service. You all of you prisoners are escorted up the mountain and taken to Iron Hook Prison.
The best part is, nobody knows my face from in here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So, the only way to reduce your crew's wanted level is through incarceration. When one of your crew members, friends, contacts, or a framed enemy is convicted and incarcerated for crimes associated with your crew, your wanted level is reduced to 1. So, your wanted level...
It's already
reduced
a 1.
to 1 or
It's
reduced by 1?
one.
Oh, sorry, is reduced by 1, and
Okay.
you clear your heat. Incarceration... Go ahead.
Worth it. 100% worth it.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we were only at level 1, right?
All right.
Yeah.
The severity of the prison sentence depends on your wanted level, which was 1. This is a month or 2 of incarceration, Jeremiah.
Oh, I got a month of cocaine, spirit walking, trying to get in touch with demonology. I probably kind of embrace being in prison. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm
Yeah?
that guy that was like, I'm built for this. Like, this is not so bad.
That's interesting because here it says incarceration is dehumanizing and brutal. The renown of your crew is your only real defense inside. When you serve your time, make an incarceration roll using your crew's tier as the dice pool. So go ahead and open up the crew sheet, and I think you can just hit
I've got it open.
tier. Just click tier.
No, yeah, that's crying tears. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, sorry, we can't have four
I gotta
tiers.
say-
We only have a tier.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
So
So what happens?
that might not be good.
Well, just like the heat roll or the encounter roll, you wanted blow, right? That's how it works.
Yeah. He's also going into this with an already broken jaw.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
already
read
having a
the dice results. On a crit, you make a name for yourself inside. You gain +3 rep for your crew. 1 prison claim, whatever that. Oh, there's like, you know how there's like turf. We got this turf
Yeah.
section here.
Oh,
There's
okay.
also a prison turf. You get a claim, and you get +1 faction status with a faction that you assisted while you serve time. That's a crit. On a 6, you do your time well. Your crew gains 1 prison claim and +1 faction status. Blah blah blah. On a 4 to 5, you keep your head down and do your time without incident. Jeremiah, it's horrific. You suffer a level of trauma from the experience.
I think I got this perfect. I
Yeah.
become vicious. Being in prison, I become a rough motherfucker. I feel like this is perfect for me.
Oh my god.
I'm already scary. I'm gonna take that vicious. Like,
Gonna come out with face tattoos.
nah.
Okay.
Coming out definitely. I'm
He
doing.
doesn't
the
have his
Russian-
mask, so he has to tattoo his mask on.
No, because that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm happy to go to prison. Nobody knows who I am, but I'm gonna go like full Russian prison where like I come back, I got like the cathedrals on my back, and each like thing on the cathedral is how many people I've killed. Hell yeah! I'm in. I still enjoyed prison. I don't care what you say. I maybe have a trauma of being vicious now, but I enjoyed
Okay.
prison.
This is going to kind of severely limit what you're able to do during your downtime actions, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I need to heal up anyway, so that's basically all I was going to do.
Fair. Okay. All right, let's move into downtime then. Why don't we start with you, Severian?
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly how healing works. I know that we have to start like a clock.
Yes.
I think like once you complete the clock, all harm is reduced by 1 level or something.
So
1 level 2 and a 1 level 3. The level 3 is the trance. The level 2 is the broken nose.
okay. So let's go over those rules really quickly. Let me find them on healing. Recover. When you recover, you seek treatment and heal your harm. You might visit a physiker who can stitch your wounds and soothe your mind with anatomical science, or a witch who specializes in healing charms and restorative alchemy. If you don't have a contact or fellow PC who can provide treatment, you can use the acquire asset activity. Recovery is like a long-term project. Your healer rolls Tinker if they are like using physical healing.
Okay, so I don't think we don't have like a true healer or anything like that.
Oh, they specifically need the Physiker special ability. I don't think
So-
any.
Yeah, so
you rack your brain and you remember that Jeremiah has the number on his desk, but he said don't touch his stuff, but you can call the whorehouse and they will send out a healer.
well, that or I was thinking. So in the very first session, we met some guys that were like vets, but for demons. And like the classic like mob
yeah.
healer is a vet, right? So maybe either I remember that guy, or I remember from my time as an inspector, I'm sure I had to go talk to guys like we get in like a fight with somebody, they'd get away, but they were like seriously wounded. So we go talk to all the vets, all the barbers, all the cutters, and like even the guys that worked on demons. So I'm thinking maybe I can roll like a consort
Yes.
to see if we can find
me-
that guy.
Give me a just a fortune roll consort, please. Millman, I can't believe you rolled a 2. Yeah. You're able to get a
Not
hold.
even my sheet. It's like
That sucks. Yeah, you're able to find someone. It takes a little while, and people are a little reluctant to help you, especially with the news out there that you had a warrant out for your arrest. But eventually, you find someone who's willing to help. Because this is a partial success, you get someone with a lower, a slightly lower rating of healing.
Oh, he's a dodgy vet, man.
Yeah.
Dodgy
It's
vet.
Dr. Nick from The Simpsons.
It's little Chinatown. It's in a back alley. The place doesn't like it. Literally is just disgusting. And he's like, sit on table. I got you.
Yeah. So the quality level of this NPC would have been a 4 on a 6, but because you got a 5, you will roll 3 dice for their quality level to heal you and work on that healing clock.
So do I just click on healing them?
Can you just click healing?
Number of dice 3.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, that's really cool. So that's a 5. You heal 2 segments on your clock.
All right.
You can pay a coin to increase the result to 3 segments, or a crit for 5 segments for a second coin, or you could pay them a coin to do it again, or use your second downtime action to do that.
So, okay, yeah, I'll use my second downtime action to do it, and then on that one, if it's not, oh wait, no, because I might fail. Okay, so I'm gonna pay 1 coin to increase its effectiveness, and then I'm gonna use my second downtime to do it again.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, perfect.
That's a 6.
Okay, so then once it filled up, like how does that work?
Once it's filled, so I think this clock should roll over. If you have more segments to mark, they roll. Oh yeah, it does say they roll over. So you are here, and then broken nose becomes a level 1, like bruised nose.
Yeah.
And tranced becomes level 2 harm rattled. It's just kind of fucking with your mind. There you go. So the healing clock will just continue, and I didn't realize that it rolled over. That's really awesome.
Okay. I think I'm going to pay a coin to do it one last time.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Get rid of that -1d.
Yeah.
Right.
And so this downtime is taking place over the course of like 2 months, which will take us through the end of spring. So that's 2 more segments. So clear the clock. Your level 1 harm is completely recovered, and rattled just becomes let's just say shaky or anxious. Your pick.
Yeah, like I'm still unstable and maybe a little bit, I don't know, a little bit paranoid, I guess. You know, maybe they're gonna realize they made a mistake with Jebediah or Jeremiah and come back for me or something.
Yeah.
Just all around like unhinged a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Well, and plus this was all like, you overdid it a bit with the trance powder, so maybe you're still like kind of self-critical a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
I like that Jeremiah's been in prison for all but like 1 or 2 days, and you're already forgetting his name and getting it wrong.
It was a side effect of being rattled.
That's hilarious. Okay. All right. Who would like to go next?
You guys go first.
I'll go.
All right.
I am not going to indulge my vice because I don't really have stress, so I gain 1 stress.
Yes.
No.
Trauma.
Because he just got it. It said it satisfies.
It is satisfied for this downtime.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So we get 2 activities, right?
Correct. 2 for free.
I am going to train my resolve.
Perfect. That will max it out.
That's 2 because we have the training bonus thing.
Yep.
Okay.
So you get to put a point in resolve somewhere. Attune is maxed out. We just learned.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in command.
Nice. All right, go ahead and
I think
clear.
it makes sense. Like,
Topical.
yeah. And the second one, I'm going to train my playbook.
Nice. Oh shit, that's a level up as well.
Yep.
Oh heck yeah! What are you taking?
And I'm kind of between warded. You may expend your special armor to resist a supernatural consequence, or to push yourself when you deal with arcane forces. So, like, instead of pushing myself to do my Tempest thing, I get one freebie.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Yes.
for other reasons.
Yeah. Exactly. Anything to do with the arcane, it seems like. That's very cool.
Or that one gives +1 to commands. Don't want strange methods. What was it? Oh, compel. You attune to the ghost field to force a nearby ghost to appear and obey a command you give it. You're not supernaturally terrified by a ghost you summon or compel, though your allies may.
Yeah,
we haven't really been doing
this game says that like ghosts and demons are supposed to be terrifying and just being in their presence is supposed to cause stress, but I'm not dealing with that in my setting. Don't worry about that.
That sounds terrible for this whole setting.
Yeah. Well, they're not as common as like our city, which is just absolutely riddled with ghosts and demons and undead.
Right.
It's like every day.
I want to put it to the party. What do you guys think would help us most? Me having the warded or me having compel?
I feel like warded works better.
Whatever makes you happiest, my man.
My perspective of it is, I see warded as you growing as a spellcaster slash ghost dealer, right? So you're no longer having to push yourself to do these things, right?
Yeah.
You're starting to get more familiar with it. So I see that as that thing, where compel is more like you've gone from being interested in ghosts and then being more like me, where it's like I have to hold the whip, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at Iron Will, but since we're not doing the you're immune to terror that some supernatural entities inflict on sight.
I feel like
that
that's immunity to fear or resistant to fear in D&D.
Yeah. And then the other part of it, which I thought was interesting, because the last Skurlock interaction, I resisted his memory wipe effect. The second part of Iron Will is take +1d to resistance rolls with resolve. And that's literally what I just did, was resolve with a resistance roll. But
you can use that as a character progression as well.
Yeah.
I think warded for you might be a little bit better just because it has those two uses. Like,
right.
You know, both compel and Iron Will, there's only one half of that you're really getting much out of. Whereas warded, both of them are very good for you.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm taking warded.
Oh, nice.
And I am going to spend a coin.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make an advancement on my citywide ritual constellation clock.
Nice. What is that? Over this, like these 2 months, what are you doing to do that, to advance that?
So I rolled a crit to get like the map and determine the locations.
Right.
And I arranged it in a way that it avoids most of the high surveillance areas and stuff.
That's right. I think
where I need to put these symbols.
What's her name? Your crew administrator helped you since she's like familiar with.
Yeah, Denna.
Yeah, Denna helped.
Yeah, my ghost lady.
Yeah. So you know exactly where you need to plant these symbols.
Right. So I think I don't see any other way around this other than prowl.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we determined that the ritual single target doesn't add stress or steps to the mind reading ritual reaches an apex clock.
Yeah, I believe so.
So the only way I could see Attune kind of falling into play is like if he does get caught, he uses this like one person ritual to like make them forget, but that's he has to get a coin on them or something.
Right,
and I don't see that working out. So I think this is just straight up like prowl.
Mm-hmm. I will hand this to you because I know it's the same like number of dots. You could command one of your cohorts or experts to go do it for you.
Okay.
So command.
You know what? I don't see. I thought about that for a minute, but I don't see Quint trusting someone else to do this correctly
Fair enough. I like that.
to a level of accuracy that he feels he needs it.
Yeah.
So he's going to do it himself with a prowl.
I love the just thinking about the notion of like, oh, delegating work. Ooh, you know what? I should just do it myself. Like,
Yeah.
I live that constantly in my work. It's stressful.
Same.
Yeah. I can live with it if I fuck it up, but if I ask someone else to do it and I receive the consequence of it not being performed correctly,
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it's
like
more of
that.
like I don't want to bother people, but I get where you're going with Quint is like it needs to be done to the level of my satisfaction. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a prowl.
And a roll like this, there's not really anything I can do to add a die to it, right? It's just, it is what it is.
Can you? I think you can push yourself on these.
I mean, did you prepare in a special way? Do you have contacts? Do you?
Yeah. Are you using any contacts for help?
These would be my thoughts on how to get extra dice.
Do you have a strange friend that can help you?
Oh. No, downtime actions are fortune rolls, even if they call for rolling an action, and cannot benefit from pushing yourself or devil's bargains.
There you go.
You
Yep.
just use the
Okay.
coin or rep to boost the result. Spending. Oh, you can spend rep? What?
What?
You all can.
No.
We don't
That shit's
around
important.
here.
If we find ourselves like we've got a lot of rep, but we can't increase our tier because we don't have the gold for it or whatever, though, it's good to know that we can use. I mean, if it's there, might as well use it for something. But that's not the case here.
Yeah, we don't do that around here.
Yeah. Yeah. So fortune roll 1 die.
Okay.
The commune of the All-Seeing Eye needs to rule this place by what?
This
By the time
is
my character retires, all right? Like, that's the game plan.
city ritual 2.
Advance your clock by 1.
Okay. It's something.
There are just a lot more Rust Brothers around these days. It seems that they've managed to recruit and train a lot of people. So this is just going a little slower than you expected.
Yeah.
Just there's constantly eyes everywhere. You know, you have this really good map, but you're just not used to what's the word? Like you just like don't have a lot of map literacy. So like you begin to maybe like have a little bit of self-doubt as to like exactly where you need to put it like on a building. So you only managed to get a few done in these few months.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 out of my stash for another coin. Just real quick, I'm gonna try to advance the clock again.
Okay.
Exact same thing. Nice.
But you quickly become accustomed to their patrols. You notice the patterns.
That was just that day. That day, it was just a
Yeah.
watch. Couldn't really get anything done. I just had to go back and do it again another day.
All right. Add 3 more steps to your clock. You're at 9 of 12. Wow, shit. That's insane.
Buddy. And then I'm gonna spend my last coin to do a training in prowess.
Nice.
And there we go.
All
We
right.
don't possibly need coin for the future.
No, Quint doesn't.
All right. So over these next few months, Severian is just like resting a lot, and Quint is spending a lot of time, flexing his muscles in his brain, in his body, in his soul, and he's placing coins and inscriptions of runes all over the city. What are you up to during this time, Gyros?
Garros has done some reflection on he's sitting in his room. He has a bunch of the parts from the demon, and he is if this armor couldn't protect that demon, and like he's been exposed to very powerful people in the city, right? Like Lord Skurlock, that is some insane shit. Like that is Garrus's brain didn't even think that level of power existed, that you could just like consume a demon. So he like one of the things I'd like to start a clock on is to so Magneto didn't want what's his name reading his thoughts.
Oh, Professor X. Yeah.
Professor X, right? So he built his own like helmet, but this is me building like armor for myself out of this stuff, and probably looking for somebody who can help create that would be the first step.
Absolutely. There's all sort of like leather workers and armors, people especially who work with demon materials. You'd probably have the best bet talking to someone from... Let me look at the factions of Alderstone. Not the Mage Rights, not the Morticia. Who are the people who process demon bodies? Oh,
Would it be the Mortician? Because they're the ones doing human bodies as well.
They're doing human bodies, but they like cremate and embalm. I don't think they would handle demon chitin very well. It'd probably be someone within the Ministry of Preservation. Oh, no, they're in charge of ghost shit. Well, they do demon stuff as well. It's going to be someone who's a laborer. I'll just come up with an NPC. This will be...
so like the idea here is to create a set of heavy armor for like our crew to use, because you said heavy armor was like going to be...
Yeah. You find someone, a demon, not a binder, but someone who works with demon materials to repurpose them, named Matthias Klein.
Mr. Klein.
Hello. I see that you've put in a request for some armor from a demon.
Well, I have my own parts.
Yes, I saw.
That I would like to be used. And so there's primarily, it looks like they're fairly lightweight and could provide extra resistance to being damaged without having to bond the demon parts to your physical person. Because that's why I've come to you today, to craft said armor.
I see. Well, let me see what I can do with it. Are you looking for it real quick, or...
I'm more in it for quality than quickness.
Pardon me. It's been a long day. Let me rephrase my question. I got the specs on the material you have. It seems like really interesting material. Certainly not going to ask questions about where you got it. And he like looks you straight in the eye.
Is he lying to me?
What? No, he's not going to be asking any questions.
I love your discreetness, and I appreciate that very much.
His pointed comment aside, he says, look, I won't be asking any questions, but I am very interested in working with this material, but I'm a professional. I'm not just gonna, do this out of the kindness of my heart.
That's right. Would you like to take a portion of the material for yourself, or would you like to be paid in coin?
Give me, this sounds like an acquire asset roll. Or let me double check this, because I think acquire asset is supposed to be temporary.
Gain temporary use of an asset. It's acquire asset. It's more of like a Garros personalized armor, potentially.
So you want this for you or the crew?
I've now decided for me. I'm being greedy.
Okay.
This is my vice kicking in. This is luxury. This was some of the best armor in the city. Literally the tank. So my vice says this is for me.
Where the fuck is acquire asset?
Gain temporary asset, one special item or set of common items, a cohort, vehicle, service. Temporary use constitutes one significant period of usage. To acquire the asset roll, the crew's tier.
There's a line it says later. If you want to acquire
the same asset again,
you get +1 to your die. If you continue to reacquire the asset every time it's used, you can effectively rent it indefinitely. If you want to acquire it permanently, you can either gain it as a crew upgrade using advancement rules, or work on it as a long-term project to set up a permanent acquisition.
Yeah, that's like the clock for the long term.
Yeah. So I think we should first do an acquire asset roll.
Okay. What do I roll for that?
You, I believe, roll crew tier. The result indicates the quality of the asset you get using the crew's tier as the base. Well, but this is heavy armor. Like, we know what this is.
Yeah, I want it to be heavy armor, basically.
Give me, this is going to be a long-term project. I think it's just a 4-step clock.
Okay. I've put tank armor, 4-step clock on my sheet. Then what do I click to roll? Is it a command or consort sway?
This
something
is,
else?
I think, a
fortune, because it's a clock roll.
Wait, maybe is this a...
Currently, we're talking to the guy. Does he want payment in... Because from the tank, there's a lot of material that I have. Right?
There is a lot of material.
I don't know if this uses all of it, but I would offer to, you could have some of the material.
Yeah, you're basically offering him a ton of the materials payment, so he can You're basically selling him the material, but in exchange you're getting heavy armor.
Yeah.
I question, can he get 2 sets of this magical thing? And
yeah, if we use all of it, do we get 2 suits of heavy armor? One for me, one for the crew.
There's so much of this, you could make lots of armor.
Oh, well, then make a full 4 set and then give him the rest.
Tell you what, give me a consort or a sway.
Control?
This is a fortune roll.
Just fortune. You got it. Submit. I got a 4.
Look, I'm unless you're gonna spend coin, I can get you 1 suit in exchange for the rest of the material. But if I make you more suits, that's less material I have.
That's true and fair.
So
I would need more than 1 suit, as I would need them for my crew. How much does each suit cost?
Okay, this is going to follow the same rules as downtime actions. If you pay a coin, you will increase your die result. You got a partial success, that's 1. Increase to a 6, you get 2 suits. Increase to a crit, and you get enough for everyone. So 1 or 2 coin. How many
2
more?
2 coin is for everybody?
2 more coin gets you suits for everyone.
All right. Because I'm looking after my boys, I'm dropping both my coins on.
Hey, everyone, you have heavy armor. You have access to heavy armor now. So everyone, go ahead and just check off on your...
Put it in the notes of your sheet that you have access to heavy armor, or however you want to. Remind
if you just
our friends.
so to the left of your or to the right of your healing clock, you should see boxes for armor, heavy, special. I think you should just check off armor and heavy, and then if you have access to special armor through your abilities, you can check that box too.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's how you're supposed to use it, but
That's how we're doing it now.
yeah.
It still takes 3 slots. It's still
yes.
just like heavy armor is like very, very good. So yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we're keeping them checked, and then once we've expended it, we uncheck it. That makes sense to me.
No, by checking this, it means you always have access to it. And so on a mission, you can always take it. Now, if I tell you a consequence of an action is like your heavy armor is destroyed, you're going to have to do something about repairing it, then you would uncheck it. But otherwise, you can always...
You would put a new clock of like repair heavy armor for your character.
But even if you expend your heavy armor, you know, in between missions, you're just like buffing it out, getting a little service work done on it, and it's ready to go for the next mission.
Yeah, you didn't get stepped on by the tank.
So yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Now, I want to point out that the tank's armor did not protect it from magic. So...
Oh, it's actually, lightning goes straight through it. This is just more for having access to heavy armor, I think behooves us because we take a lot of damage. Also, my character is not particularly in on the fighting. So when fighting does happen, he's getting hit. He does not appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I think we need to
also,
work a little bit more on that.
I used the whole buffalo of the mission, okay?
Nice.
Can't let the tank die in vain, because I didn't know Lurch Skurlock was a true monster. And I'm impressed by his power. So second downtime, because you get 2?
Yep.
That's a good question. I have finished the Garros.
Oh, I know
News
you got a trauma, didn't you? So you didn't even have
I
to worry.
did get a trauma. That's right.
You got a trauma so that you're all good. You don't have to worry about that.
I guess I am bruised, so having like less effect is like not my favorite. But also our heat or our rep or our wanted. What are we looking at here? Like, what are all of my?
We got no heat because I did time.
Because you got another trauma. Okay.
Yeah.
I fucking love this game so much.
There's so many options.
Suddenly you'll
It's
have like
fucking
nothing to
crazy.
do with your downtime actions.
I have plenty of
Do some
things to do.
training.
My brain is like cooking it up. The thing here is I could get a playbook training as well, but also there's so much liveliness to the city that it's like I could go grab any one of those threads.
Well, don't
and
forget,
yank on it.
once you do downtime activities, it's free play, and you all can gather information until you pick a new target.
Okay, let's do playbook advancement then for training, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. We'll just call it at that. I get to advance it all the way up and go grab one. I will look at my options and let you all know.
Sick.
Actually, wait. No, I just want a little something on the side. He's a greedy little fuck. So downtime now ends and I get +2 stash.
Okay. Nice.
All right, there we go, boys. Who's next?
We have, I believe, one person left, and that is Jeremiah, who is incarcerated for these 2 months.
Can I request one music change? I would like the Goblin's Workshop, please.
Yeah, sure. Let me find that really quick.
Chill to that. That is my jam.
Goblin
Especially for my downtime.
Workshop. I have Goblin Cave. Wait.
What was the one where
It was Tinker's Workshop.
Oh, okay.
Tinker's Workshop. My bad. That shit's a banger.
It's a banger. Where? Oh god, that's probably under civilian town, civilian building.
I don't know. You
Why
had
don't
it
I
on
have
last time, and
this?
you're like, it's great.
Civilian building. Okay, I'm just gonna add it again. Add to game, Tinker's Workshop, on a loop. Put it in this playlist. Great. I don't know if this is appropriate because you're supposed to be having a brutal fucking time.
Oh yeah, that's why I want it.
I'm gonna also simultaneously play Castle Jail. We'll see how that mashes up.
There's what we're hearing as the audience is the real audio, and then what Jeremiah's imagining in his head. He's like escaping the haunted castle for the Tinker's Workshop.
Right, let's do this.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah.
I'm jamming already.
All right. So,
Nothing can bring me down right now.
Jeremiah, you are in the prison. A few things have changed since you were last here. The warden seems to have got his textiles work opportunity set up, and some of the most well-behaved, but more likely the ones who've been paying off the warden and the Rust brothers, they're the ones getting the nice jobs. The rest of you are put on hard labor. It also seems like security has been dialed up to 12 since you were here. So any notion of escaping is dissuaded from you very early on. There's
I don't plan to escape.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by demons, and nobody knows who I am.
Yeah.
That was the whole premise of wearing a mask, right? So
And it works.
yeah. What are you in for? Did some crime.
Cool.
Yeah.
Me too.
Crime,
Yeah,
crime
exactly,
things.
right?
I'm in here because I got caught. Shut the fuck up, nerd.
Yeah, literally.
So, what are you doing for your downtime actions in the slam?
Well, you said it's been a few months, so I'm only in here for a month, right? So
Well, you are incarcerated for 1 to 2 months, and I was planning on having the downtime last about that long.
That's all right then. I feel like I managed to weasel my way into the workshop, stuff for production, right? So something that they're doing that involves tinkering. So then I can work on my tinkering and train. I have a coin to pay off a guard to get that.
Okay, I think you'll need to pay off a guard to get access to tools, because basically all the equipment they have for most people is mining equipment.
Yeah. That's why I was they're maybe in their production thing. I get put on production duty.
Yeah, I mean, most people are put on coal mining duty. They have a coal mine nearby that they there's probably an entrance to it in this building. I don't know how that would work feasibly, but
I don't need I don't need coal workers long.
Right.
Thank you.
But yeah,
somebody's got to fix the carts that haul all the crap.
yeah.
in, right?
So you get put on maintenance duty instead because you pay off a guard. So subtract 1 coin. I don't know how you get the coin in, but you do.
There are ways.
There's always a way. They call it a prison wallet for a reason.
Okay. All right. So what are you tinkering on?
I wanna train my tinker, so I'm more.
Oh, sick.
Do I get the bonus from our cult? having
Yeah,
that
that's
bonus?
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, cool. So now I have 1 die in tinker.
Which is great because on Wednesday I gave you 2 tinker for your roll. Oh, nice.
I gotta work to making that truth become a reality.
We gotta fill this blank space.
Yep.
Nice.
One of the things that I want to do is, since I don't have any stress now, I want to work on my demon start while I'm in,
Well,
because I'm up to the manufacturing part, right?
yeah, but keep in mind you got that second trauma and cleared your stress because of how rough it is in here.
Exactly.
All right. So you're gonna work on your demon star. So you're just continuing, creating little pieces for it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I'm making the pieces that don't look like something that would get confiscated, right? Like if it has internal, like let's say clockwork, like cogs and stuff, I'll be making those, right? Like anything that isn't obviously going to get confiscated.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do all the little fiddly bits with spare pieces from doing maintenance.
Very
right?
nice.
Would you like a roll?
Yeah, give me a tinker roll to work on your Demon Star clock.
Fortune roll.
Yep.
Standard?
Yep.
Cool. I got 2.
That will advance you only one more step on your clock.
That's all I need, baby. I'm one step away. Actually, since I only get 2 things and I've already studied to get my tinker, I would like to spend the extra coin and increase my success by 1, and that completes my Demon Star when I get out of the slammer,
Once you
boys.
get out, yes. You keep all the extra little pieces that you needed to finish it in your prison wallet, and you're able to assemble your
You and
device.
Garros are gonna have a talk.
Okay.
I come
So,
back. I got a really good funny thing for when I actually come back.
okay.
So
What's your
Narrative.
second downtime action while you're in here?
no. What, like I've done that. I've trained and I've
okay.
done my tinker.
Oh,
but
that's
when
right.
I get out,
Yes.
when I've yelled at them to say don't touch my stuff, I have a funny scene for when I get back.
Yeah. So after a long and grueling 2 months in the prison, you're eventually let out. Your day comes. You've kept your head down, but it has been rough. The Rust brothers aren't treating people kindly, as they recently had a murder in their midst, and you know they want to keep. The warden is pressing down hard for everyone to keep a tight ship. So the Rust brothers are just treating everyone nasty to enforce that. But you eventually make it. Does anyone come to Jeremiah's getting out day?
Yeah, does anyone pick me up or am I
I'll-
walking home alone?
I will definitely be there because I feel like, you did this for me, it would have been me otherwise.
Yeah,
And I definitely, I don't know, maybe I have to spend a coin for this, but there's going to be a welcoming party. Like all
fine.
your best women and like 3 to 4 times the amount that you normally need.
I get a crack pile
Whatever you
this
want.
high.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
You get another trauma tonight. That's what we're going for.
We're going for level 3 harm. You can't do anything without help.
Yeah.
Oh,
While he was
how's
in
my
prison,
healing go?
did
What's
we
that?
successfully smuggle cocaine to him?
Sure, yeah,
Bro.
that's fine.
Okay, I was just curious.
I have a level 3 harm. Does that go down at all?
You need to work on a healing clock to do that.
Fuck. Well, there you go. I'm fucked.
You sure are.
Do you have any more coin?
Nope.
Do we have any party coin?
You've got stash.
I ain't cutting my stash. That's my retirement money.
Jeremiah looks worse for wear upon coming out of prison. He's Jeremiah,
His jaw's still
what has
fucking broken
What has
somehow.
it been like to try and communicate for 2 months with your jaw fucking busted?
I think that's probably why it was so rough. Communication.
It's set in wrong.
Painful.
Oh man.
It's set in wrong. We're gonna have to re-break
Oh,
it to
no.
reset it.
Oh no.
Look, if you're not feeling all right, we can reschedule this party for a couple weeks.
No.
Is anyone
don't
paying a
waste
coin for Jeremiah to take an downtime action to heal?
Sorry.
Wait, hold on. So he normally indulges his
Yeah.
vice with these hookers who like heal him up.
Yes.
Can I spend that coin that gets the
Yes.
drugs, gets the hookers, and heals?
Yes, you can do
Okay,
that.
cool.
I think that was
Correct.
a fun, like, can I pay for this party? And it ends up, they like, you hear all the, the sounds from Jeremiah is like the yelling, the howling, but this time it's like not sexual. It's definitely like them setting his jaw back in place.
Like I was all ready to join in, but-
like you see the pretty nurses, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
oh wow, I didn't expect this. And then you hear him you hear a crunching sound,
him
Ugh.
yell, dead silence, you hear a snorting sound, and then they crack his jaw even more.
Jesus.
It's like, 1 second, does another line. Okay, go while I'm pumped.
Oh my god. Okay. Give me a healing check. I think, yeah, you can just push the word healing right above the healing clock.
Yep. How many dice do I get?
3 dice.
Woo, baby, give me 6s. 5s.
That will get you halfway through your healing clock. Does the hookers are like, oh my god. So we're at our time, unfortunately, but
I will break my. So I get 2 coin per.
You spend 2 coin from stash to equal 1 coin in.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's rough.
And then
All right.
you're like, hey, get back in here. We're not done.
Yeah, I got money. Let's go.
You take it out of your prison wallet.
Yep.
Of course.
Oh, no.
How could I refuse our favorite customer? Our
That's
most
it, that's
loyal
it.
customer. We've missed you so much, Jeremiah.
I got a punch card, okay? Like, I'm on a rewards plan. Here.
All right.
Here we go.
Yep, same roll. That's a 6.
Sixes.
Okay.
There you go.
So, it does roll over. So now you bring down your level 1 harm disappears.
Perfect.
You do need to spend that coin.
Yep, I already have.
And then your level 2 harm, your level 3 harm comes down to a level 2 harm.
Okay, so that's
Let's
reset jaw.
Yeah, reset jaw is fine. But your clock is already 1 ticked forward for the next time.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
that's really cool. I like how that works.
And now I can finish my star.
Yeah.
And I can communicate again. Ah, so good.
Okay, so the demon star. Oh boy, I think this is going to be the perfect scene to open up on next time, because this now
Perfect.
lets you detect demons near you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we always have a demon near us.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Eric stepped away, so we're not going to be able to like have that scene. But we're also at time, and I want to respect. Oh, here he is. Hey,
I've been
Eric.
listening the whole time. I have Bluetooth headphones.
Nice.
I just had to step away to chat with my partner.
No worries. So I think where we'll end tonight is, Jeremiah, you activate your demon star. What does it look like?
I'm thinking kind of the shape. Like, it doesn't look like the radar from Dragon Ball Z, but I like the shape and the idea of it. So it's just like a handheld little, like, it looks like an oversized pocket watch,
Yeah.
right?
I forgot about that damn thing.
Yeah, and I will make a design up for what the actual face looks like,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll show on stream next time. But it'll have a lot of, like, you won't see it on the outside, but I reckon if I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to get that motivated, but I'll draw up a schematic for it so that you understand how it works on the inside. But essentially, the front face is like a demon's like brand / star that turns to face a particular demon, right? Let's say if I was pointing it in the room, it would the pointed part will turn to the demon, and depending on what level of demon it is, it'll actually light up a certain part.
Mm-hmm.
So like the actual spikes at the bottom of the thing tell you what level of demon and what direction. And I think the clicker
It lights up.
Yeah, and the clicker can be like a reset, so it ignores the current. Like if I'm standing with Garros, I can click it and it'll ignore him, right? Like it's a reset, like setting a baseline frequency.
So, what is the first thought that goes to Jeremiah's head when it like is pointing at Garros?
It's pointing at my room. You're sitting in your room. You turn it on. It points at my room. Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm like, huh? Right? Like, the fuck?
What is Jeremiah?
Do I hear a knock on my door? Like, what are you?
No. It's just like I set it up, and I'm like, I'm sure I've done this properly, right? Like I've got it on my table. I've been there for like hours, right?
Yeah.
It's the first time in a month my jaw hasn't hurt. I've not even come down from my coke yet. I'm still living high on the good life. And I've got this done. I'm probably still naked with an apron on, and I'm working on this thing. And I finally clicked the last piece into place. I shut it, and I clicked the button to, like, you know, turn it on, reset, and it just straight away just goes whoop to the next room, and then like starts lighting up, and I'm like, like just that look of, oh really?
Yeah. So is it, like, do you like recalibrate it and recheck it and reset it, or is it like
that's
just on
the thing, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, really? And then I know that, like, I just put it together. I probably pop it back open, and I'm like, no, it's working. And I close it again, click it back on again, and it does the same thing again. Whop, straight
There's
to
a
the right.
Cylon in the room with you right now.
Yeah, literally, it's like, I've found how to find the imposter. Oh, wait.
And I think we will see how Jeremiah handles that revelation next time. I believe we're back. Oh god, I haven't looked at our
August 27th looks like it was
We're
scratched
back
out.
with a new one shot, y'all.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing again.
one shot part 7 in 2
Why not?
weeks.
Part 7? Hell.
Okay, so that'll be on Saturday again in 2 weeks. Awesome.
Oh, well, I see that it was scratched out, and I don't know why that
We
is.
can discuss in cast chat,
yeah.
and we'll see what's
We'll
up.
figure it out.
Okay.
But we'll be back
Either that or the third.
at some point
Looks
soon with another episode. I definitely rolled like what happens with all the factions right before we started, and boy, were there some interesting rolls.
Yeah.
Popping off with the way you're describing the city. Whew.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like so. Like
There were some crits.
there is one level, like tier 2 faction that has crit twice in a row. They had a 12-step clock that they're almost done with, and I was not expecting. But like the city is like drawing plans for a new district. Like they like work begins on that. As
Could that be our new location? We take the new district?
maybe. They haven't built it yet. That's going to
That's
be a
just
while.
free real estate, baby. Yeah, it'll be a year from now or whatever, so like 5-6 sessions.
A new in the docks, the dockers have been like talking about this new ship that's about to, like, a merchant ship that's supposed to be traveling around the Ravenlands and doing trade, called the Echeveria, and it got stolen right before its main voyage. And now there's
amazing.
basically pirates living along Lake Varda.
Amazing.
The horde, these holes are growing up in different parts of the city. Oh, ghosts are just disappearing insanely fast. That faction has crit twice in a row.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
like,
that's probably a good thing I didn't take that compel ability. There might not be any ghosts to compel.
Ghosts are just disappearing like mad, which is crazy because it was expected that the what faction are they?
The mage rights or something, the bougie ghosts.
The Ministry of Preservation, who oversees like demons, they've been working on developing ghost registration, and they were expected to have finished like during those last 2 months, but for some reason, like that, they are just not voting. Like their council has not figured stuff out, and it has stalled. Speaking of the horde attacking, the Lost, who is one of the factions, they've been like trying to fight back the monsters and protect like the weak and the poor. It's been going okay for them. Yeah, the red.
Think of the news network, man. We
Yeah.
gotta back them motherfuckers.
Yeah. What's her name from the Hive was not wrong. The Red Sashes swooped in and are now at war with the Black Hands over the Talon's turf. Like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
immediately there's another war for that same turf.
The
power
black hands.
Yeah. there's some other stuff going on. We'll talk about it next
Awesome.
time.
Thanks, y'all, for being here.
Yeah, this was really, really fun. Any shout outs and plugs before we go for the night?
As always, you'll find me here on Twitch. I stream 367 hours a month, so any time zone you could probably catch me. It's just Millman. You'll find me in everybody's chats, harassing everybody.
Just pop in every now and then and see what game he's playing.
Yeah, and watch me raging. A lot of Tarkov lately, but I'm nearly finished my hideout. I've 100% finished the hideout, which most people don't bother doing. And I'm going for Kappa container, so I'll probably be doing that. That and League of Legends.
Very nice.
Been doing that meth again.
Play Noida, it's great. Find me a Copy Traveler occasionally. Hit me up on when you need me to play in your D&D game. Hit me up on Discord with a DM like Millman did.
Very nice.
I knew Coffee would be down. I was like, Coffee, I need another man. He was like, I'm your man.
All right. Well, we've been Fable Table, the Grim Streets of Alderstone. Song of the Ravenlands, we are wrapping up the season. Like, we've probably got 2 or 3 sessions left. That's on Wednesdays at 7 Pacific. We're getting really close to a mass combat. I'm going to be... It's
been fire.
Yeah.
The sessions have been really good.
Oh my God. They've been some of the best role-playing and GMing. It's just been so much fun. Tomorrow I'm going to be playtesting my mass combat rules just to make sure that it's going to be as fast and tight of a combat as I hope. So I might be doing some tuning, but that's not going to be streamed. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm really excited. I'm going to be raiding a channel that is doing a 24-hour stream trying to raise money for Seattle Children's Hospital through Extra Life. Check them out, say hello, feel free to donate. It's an amazing cause that my friend supports and asked me to support. So I'll be making a donation here momentarily. If you're watching the VOD afterwards, please check them out. It's Extra Life, Seattle Children's Hospital. You can always donate to them.
Hell yeah.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you next time here on Fable Table. Have a good night.
Yep. Good night.